Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Thursday, April the 14th, 2022. The day before Easter Friday. We're closed tomorrow. So today, it's going to be a nice, calm day. There's nothing going on to worry about. There's nothing to see here. What was that? Elon Musk is doing what? Hang on a second. I just got some breaking news here. Hang on. What was that? Twitter. Yeah, I know about the Twitter. He bought. We all know he bought 10% of Twitter. What was it? A couple of weeks ago. Yeah, and then he was going to go on the board, and then he's not going on the board. And what's he doing? He's what? Breaking news. Apparently, Elon Musk wants to buy all of Twitter for how much? $43 billion or something like that in cash. How much a share? 54. 54. uh, that's interesting. That's starting the day off with a bit of a roll, isn't it? We closed at 44. What was it? 45.85 last night on Twitter and it's 54. You're saying it's now 48.85 on the pre-market. There's an opportunity here. You could try and buy this stuff and ride this thing because what's that? There might be other takeovers offers from other parties. Look, folks, I'm getting breaking news here from over here. It's unbelievable. Larry Ellison with what's that guy's company's name? Larry Ellison. He owns that software company. I keep forgetting the name of Larry Ellison's company. What? There's Google. They might be interested in buying Twitter too. Well, that's going to be interesting. That's 3 potential buyers of Twitter. But do they have any money? Oh, yes, they do. They do have money. Larry Ellison. Wow. Oracle. That's the one. Oracle could be a buyer, or Larry Ellison personally, or the Google guys, or others. Okay. So, all right. It's going to be a quiet day today. We just have the Twitter thing to worry about. And what's that? There's something else going on. Hold on a second. There's more breaking news. What do you got? Goldman Sachs announced their finance. Yeah, we were waiting for Goldman Sachs. This is nothing new. We're all waiting for Goldman to talk to us and tell us what's going on. And the stock is it's up $5 right now in the pre-market. Oh, that's good. They beat analysts' projections on revenues and earnings. Oh, hey, this is good stuff. Okay, we'll take that. All right, it's a calm, quiet day with Elon Musk trying to take over Twitter and cash, and Goldman Sachs beating the street. And there's nothing else to worry. What's that? ECB not raising interest rates in Europe. Well, why should we care about that? I mean, my viewers and we only care about what happens in Peoria and Cleveland and Cincinnati and Tulsa. We don't care about the rest of the the ECB is not raising rates, which is shaking up the international currencies and markets. Okay, this is interesting. Well, let's take a look at these interesting little developments. Well, look at that. The U.S. 10-year is at 2.69% instead of 2.85. That's good, isn't it? Lower rates, because if rates are lower in Europe, even though they want to fight inflation, they're not going to raise rates because of the damage to the economy. They don't want to damage their economy. Oh, okay. What does that mean for how could that affect, I wonder, anyone traveling to Europe for a couple of months? Does that make Europe more expensive, or does it make Europe more affordable? And what's that? It makes Europe more affordable. Why? Because the Bank of Canada raised its rate a half a point yesterday, and the U.S. raised its rate a quarter point. It's going to raise it a half a point, which means the U.S. dollar will rise in value with the Canadian dollar, and the euro and the pound will drop in value. Oh, so in effect, the euro is now 108 instead of 110. And the pound is at 131 instead of 133, and they're both expected to go lower. Oh, that's interesting. So anybody out there thinking of going on a cruise, a holiday overseas, if you're spending American or Canadian dollars, those are more valuable. They're going to be even more valuable, bringing cost at 1% here, 1% there. hey, we'll take these kinds again. Okay, but there's nothing else to worry about, right? Like everything else is, what was that? What? The Russians lost their flagship battleship in the Black Sea because of a missile strike from Ukraine. Uh, what does that mean? Well, the ship apparently, the big battleship that they just lost, got hit by a missile. Interestingly, they call it a cruise missile. It's a missile that Ukraine has recently acquired from friendly sources and is designed to take out warships up to 200 miles away. They could actually fly 200 miles anywhere from where they're launched, and they're guided in by satellite. And I guess this ship got hit, and it created the fire and explosion, and then it self-imploded because of all the ammo on board the battleship, all blew to high heaven. And I guess this ship has been one of the ships launching the most missiles into Ukraine from offshore. And this is why Ukrainians are so eager to get these guys, because you can't send a little drone with a couple of grenades and bombs 50 miles offshore to go get this war. You need a missile that can travel up to 200 miles to get these guys. And now all of a sudden the Russian Navy is vulnerable in the Black Sea. Every single ship is vulnerable in the Black Sea for the Russian Navy. The worst defeat of a Russian Navy vessel since the Second World War. Oh, that could be interesting. What else? Sweden and Norway want to join NATO, and the Russians are threatening to put nuclear missiles on the border of these countries, or as close to the border, in retaliation. Well, I'm kind of going, well, what's the big whoop about that? There are, I don't know, 5,000 missiles pointed at the Western world from Russia already that can fly 5,000 miles each. So what's the point of moving one 50 miles closer to that? So it's a quiet day. Okay, so it's a quiet day today. Nothing's going to happen. We're going to be easy peasy, nice and easy. It's going to be just great. There's nothing to worry about, nothing to watch. Everything is calm, and Easter Thursday, Easter Friday. So what'll happen then, of course, is all kinds of speculators will come into the market today. The markets will rise 1,000 points each, and people will hold speculative positions all weekend long, knowing for sure Monday and Tuesday is going to be up days. Because what possibly could go wrong in the next 4 days? I mean, nothing could go wrong. Could it? Oh, geez. All right. Well, crude is down $1.40 a barrel to 102.80. The Dow is showing a 47-point run. That's a nothing burger. We're down a point on S&P, and we're up 3 points on NASDAQ. So what does this all mean to you in Tucson, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, Calgary, Alberta, Vancouver, Burnaby, Toronto, London, Cardiff, Liverpool, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Berlin, Hanover, Amsterdam, Barcelona, Madrid, Rome, Zurich, Bern, Vienna, Tokyo, Osaka. What does it matter? What does it matter to Hanoi? What does it matter to Brisbane, Sydney? What does it matter to the beautiful people in Melbourne? How about Auckland and Christchurch? What does it matter to Honoluluans, Mexico City and Guadalajara and Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, Brazil? What does it matter? There's nothing to worry about here. It's a little spat between superpowers, arming each other's friends with more and more powerful weapons as they, blow Ukraine to kingdom come. What's it matter? It's only 45 million people. It's only 80% of the wheat supply for Tunisia, Egypt, Sri Lanka. We're talking about food sources for China now in trouble, apparently, because the lockdown in China, other news, of the 100 largest cities in China, only 13 are not in lockdown right now. 87 of 100 of the biggest cities in China are either fully locked down or partially locked down right now. This is unreported on your national newscasts out there. I doubt anywhere where you are aware of these statistics. The other problem right now is that the lockdown is so pervasive in China that it has interfered with the planting of crops in China for domestic food production. Let that sink in a little bit for you guys. Just kind of, those of you in Denver and Houston and Miami and Sarasota, just think about the fact that if 1.3 a nation of 1.3 billion people do not get their plants planted, their harvests planted on time, which is kind of now, it's spring, in 3 to 6 months from now, not too long from now, harvest numbers will fall way short of expectations. And nothing, and I mean nothing, motivates people more than something known as hunger. Hunger is a huge motivator to make people do all kinds of crazy things. Work for minimum wage, work for less than minimum wage, work under the table. It causes people to cross borders illegally. It causes people to find ways to do whatever they have to do to feed themselves. And if that means stealing from others, that's what it is. Now, whether it's nation to nation or person to person or whatever to whatever, hunger has a way of upsetting the apple cart and creating a shockwave of problems that emanates here and blows out. And if China is hungry, there will be neighbors hungry as well. There's going to be a demand for food to be imported into wherever, for those who have it. Whoever can grow it is going to be able to export it. But if you have a supply chain problem, like the ports of America and Canada are up to here in container ships waiting to offload their goods before they can unload additional goods, you can't get imports to where they got to go fast enough. What happens is you cast aside deliveries of electronics and other materials, and you prioritize food exports to customers because you're getting top dollar for this stuff, and it is perishable. It has to. You can't have fresh apples picked in Washington State or Oregon or British Columbia or anywhere else, sitting at the port in Oregon or Washington State, rotting on the dock because there's a delay in ships coming in to take it away. Those apples arrive, and they must immediately get on those ships and be sailed over to where they're going to feed those who are to be fed. Same with any other commodity any other food product you want to make. I mean, yeah, you've got refrigerated containers to delay. Yeah. But if it's all a month behind, 6 weeks behind, if it's all screwed up, and then you have the added little benefit, the other little bonus round going on, where, let me get this straight. Your country does not condemn genocide against a certain country's people, and you expect us to feed you as a top-notch priority of our country? Really? There's a whole bunch of countries around the world going, really? You guys are supplying these guys who are creating these war crimes with what? You're buying all their natural gas, you're buying all their oil, you're buying all their coal, you're burning all that stuff off to make electricity, and you're polluting the air, blowing all the environmental projections out the door, and you're calling us the bad guys. We're the bad guys because we think that there's we have some evidence that there might be some genocidal issues going on. We're the bad guys. And by the way, you're hungry. you want us to send you all this food. Okay. Canada's got to be sitting here going, really? You morons over there have been jailing Canadians and putting them in isolation wards for years, while we have this woman from Hawaii telephone company under house arrest in a mansion in Vancouver, and her inconvenience was an ankle bracelet. And because she was put in house arrest, you're going to arrest Canadians and re-sentence Canadians to the death penalty because you've decided to retry these people because of Chinese law, I suppose. I guess it's the law. And oh, by the way, you want what from us now? You want us to send you what? Wheat, barley, oats, canola, beef, pork. Hello? Excuse me, how does this work again? I'm a little confused. I am really old and I don't quite get it. Now the question is, where does Canada and the United States send its extra food to, if they have any? Do you send it to India, which refuses to condemn Russia for their actions? Do you send it to China, which is aiding and abetting Russia, as is India, by the way? India is buying all the oil Russia's got. India wants the coal. India wants the natural gas. Who else do we want to send it to? Who else needs our excess food? Saudi Arabia, you're hungry too? You don't grow wheat in your country? You export oil, and you wouldn't take the president's phone call last month, series of phone calls from the White House. You weren't accepting phone calls for a discussion about maybe loosening up some oil exports. And you need wheat because you can't get it also from certain partners you used to buy it from. Isn't that interesting? Gee, what should we do? Germany's calling, by the way. France is calling. The UK is calling. Spain is calling. Italy's calling. We have all these buyers for our food. Who do we send food to? And who do we say we're sold out? All of a sudden, bullets aren't so important anymore, are they? Bullets are great, but you can't shoot a bullet and eat a meal at the same time. You don't work that way. How's this going to go? Isn't there an interesting tide turning right now? Isn't it interesting how the world evolves and revolves all the time? It just keeps turning over and gets more interesting every single day. This is Thursday, the day before Easter Friday. As Bruce tries to choke himself. There's nothing going on. It's a quiet day. Nothing to look at, nothing to worry about. No trading going on. It's going to be a calm day with nothing to get all excited about. It's all fine. And all these little skirmishes going on, it's a nothing burger. There's nothing to worry about. Except that when you go to your Albertson store or Safeway or wherever you shop for food, have you noticed the price of a loaf of bread lately? Have you noticed the price of milk and eggs? Is your butter more expensive? I'm talking basics. I'm not talking filet mignon here. The filet mignon is always expensive. Have you noticed the basics going up in price? Yeah, it's affecting all of us. Yeah, sure it is. You can guess that it's, conspiracy theories that are doing it. Oh, yeah, it's conspiracy theories. It's the Democrats. Or you can pay attention to what's really going on out there and wonder, geez, this is getting interesting. All of a sudden, a farmer in Iowa and a farmer in Saskatchewan in Canada, these guys are all of a sudden a lot more important, aren't they? They've just kind of risen up on the importance scale. We thought software programmers were the most important people in the world because they can program missiles to land on warships 200 miles offshore. And we thought, guided propellants and whatnot, missiles to take out tanks were important. But we're also finding out that these guys who drive these combines, they're kind of important too. They're kind of important for other reasons because they keep the software programmers fed so that they have the mental capacity to keep on working to develop high-tech killing systems that we're so good at developing around the planet. Yeah, it's getting interesting out there every day, every hour. Going to be a lot of fun, tons of fun. Anyway, folks, one, thank you for the thumbs ups already. If you've been able to hit the thumbs up button for me, thank you. Get this channel a little more recognition. I appreciate that. Thank you for being subscribers to this channel. Number two. Number three, thank you for becoming members of this channel. You Gold Bagel members, we had fun this morning, didn't we? We talked about trading opportunities before I even started this show. Because if you're a Gold Bagel member, you get a notification every day before this show that I'm going live for a quick 10, 15 minutes to give you a heads up what's going on. There's opportunities out there to make money. There's the good news. Those of you out there who are not farmers, you're not missile development system creators. You don't make bullets. You're out there, hardworking people of all stripes, men, women, and all countries in the world. You guys need to make money because you need more money to get by. That's the bottom line. Inflation's going up and costs are going up, and you're going to need more money to stay ahead of it all. And the market is willing to give it to you. It's willing to hand you money easily. Just show up and make the right trades. Don't make stupid, wrong moves. There's the key. Don't make stupid mistakes. Make good mistakes. Make good investments. Goldman, look, it's up $5 to 327 right now. Thank you very much. We have averted and avoided an out-and-out disaster in that these banking stocks are coming out with pretty good numbers. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, and Goldman Sachs, and whatever. They're all. Things are looking okay on the banking front. So Goldman is up $5 a share to 327. It is still incredibly cheap. It really should be closer to 400. No analyst is going to cut the forecast on Goldman. I don't think so. I mean, they might adjust the target price by $10, $20 to, from 480 to 460, but nothing burger to worry about there. That was bullet number one that was averted. Very good. But I got good news this morning. I got a very good news. By the way, first-time jobless claims rise after notching a 54-year low the week before. Unbelievable. And U.S. retail sales rise in March as gas prices play an outsized role. Good news this morning on SoFi. Those of you who follow SoFi on this channel, which I think is everybody, there was an article written about SoFi this morning that came off pretty nice. The story on SoFi is that they were given a buy recommendation by an analyst, an individual that wrote an article this morning about the company, and it got a pretty good review. It was done by the folks over at Alpha, one of these many bloggers and vloggers out there, but. It's down 70% from its high. They can't stop talking about that. They love talking about that, but they call it a buy for speculators right now. From $24.95 to where it is now, a screaming deal, and they like it because of several factors. The acquisition of Technisys and Galileo, of course, which we've talked about forever. How the gross revenues are growing at an exponential rate. And another little ditty that I found very, very interesting, and that had to do with the student loan portfolio. I thought this was really interesting. Back in 2019, the company, SoFi, had most of its loans in student loans. $6.69 billion of loans were outstanding in 2019. Personal loans were $3.7 billion, and home loans were $0.77 billion. So you add home loans to personal loans, that was $4.5 billion, and you took the student loans, $6.69 billion. That was the outstanding number at that time. So student loans dominated SoFi in 2019. 2020. Oops, things have changed. The home loans went to $2.1 billion, up from $0.77. Personal loans dropped from 3.7 to 2.5, but if you add the 2.5 billion personal loans to the home loans, that's $4.7 billion. The student loans went from 6.69 down to 4.9. It was almost 50-50. That was interesting. Now go forward another year to last year, 2021, not this year, last year. Student loans 4.29 billion, down again. It was 6.69, 4.9, 4.29. The student loan numbers are plummeting at SoFi. They're not issuing new loans because kids aren't going to school like they were before. Hello. But look at this. The personal loans are up to 5.3 billion. Home loans, 2.97 billion. Put the two together, you are talking about 8.3 billion in loans versus 4.2 billion in student loans. All of a sudden, the reverse has happened. Student loans are now a minority of the loans outstanding for SoFi as a whole. And this is changing everything. But as you folks know, who are watching me here every day, a lot of you ask me all the time. You ask me every day, are these student loan moratoriums going to really kill SoFi? Is it going to hurt SoFi? Is it really going to be bad for SoFi? The company itself came up with an update 2 weeks ago and said, look, the moratorium is going to last until the end of the year. It's not going to last until the end of August like they say it is. It's going to last to the end of the year. We've already taken that into account. We have written off and written down the estimates of any revenues from our student loan portfolio until the end of the year. We've gone beyond this August 31. We're realists here. There's an election coming up in November, the midterms. There is no way in heck that the Biden administration is going to make people pay student loans starting September 1. That is not going to happen. It's going to be extended till January 2023 at a minimum. And we've written it off. We already know that we're not getting people paying their loans until then. But we'll tell you this, the impact on our bottom line is negligible because we are growing and expanding the other divisions of our business. The fact that we now have a bank charter, we can now really ramp up our personal loans and our home loans and our car loans and whatever else we want to work on. And the demand is dramatic. And so we're expanding left, right, and center. And this analyst is saying, look, wake up, people. The stock is sitting at $7.62. The only reason it's down here is because people actually think that the student loan thing is going to make this stay here. And that's not going to happen. The reality is the potential for this stock is a $10 to $12 neighborhood in the not too distant future, because on May the 10th, they come out with their next financials. That is a month from now, not even a month from now, they're coming out with their next financials. And they're already telling us, they're already hinting at us, those are getting better and better and better. The number of clients signing up for the services of SoFi is expanding dramatically. They've now set up their back office systems with Technisys and Galileo. They are saving money left, right, and center. They are able to make money from other clients using those systems. This entity is going to become one of the preeminent fintech bankers on the internet. It's going to become, as far as they're concerned, the Amazon of online banking. That is their plan. It isn't Getter. The plan isn't Getter. The plan is dominate fintech banking like Amazon dominates shipping of goods online. Stock will not stay here much longer. Yes, we can put the scare into anybody anytime about higher interest rates, higher inflation. Yeah, we can give you those headlines. We try to scare you down, keep you from buying the stock. That isn't going to last much longer because the street is desperately looking for where to go, where to get into. Where is the growth going to come from? Where is my upside coming from? What rocket ship can I get into here with what's happening in Ukraine and what's happening in Europe and what's happening with Musk and Twtr and politics and blah, 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 blah. I want to know, where can I make money? And bank stocks today and yesterday are telling us, yeah, we're losing a little bit of revenue from certain areas of the finance world, like IPO revenue is down because IPOs are slowing up right now. Sure. But we're making money hand over fist everywhere else. And SoFi is a consumer banking company now that is expanding its clientele base at a pace that is the envy of the banking world. and the market is about to figure it out en masse. Those who know about SoFi know about this. Most of you know about this. What I'm trying to tell you is those who follow banks and those who are looking to reallocate dollars to growth areas that are going to succeed are about to find out May 10 and beyond what's happening with SoFi. So fear not, my SoFi shareholders and SoFi followers. I think good days are just ahead, and I think the so-called down dips might be at an end on the SoFi, and we might be saying goodbye to single digits in the not too distant future. I've seen it happen millions of times in my life, at least seems like millions of times in my lifetime. When a stock becomes favored by the market as a whole, and many, many more analysts are going, yeah, this thing's a winner, definitely buy this. What begins to happen is instead of having a nice, steady, polite, organized move up, mayhem occurs and shares start jumping at exponential rates unreasonably. Like AKA GameStop a month ago, $74 or $76 a share to 208 in 10 trading days. It is not impossible for SoFi to go from $6.70, say $8, and go to $20 in a week and a half. It is not a far-fetched thing, because if the street gets the impression that, you know what, these guys are going to be earning profits in 2024. I mean, profits in 2024, money, more money in than out, money. No matter what they do with their stock and acquisitions, they're making money here. I want to be in this stock, and I want to be in this stock now. I want to be one of the early investors. Well, when everybody wants to be an early investor, guess what happens to the stock? It goes. And it doesn't ask questions. It doesn't ask permission. Can I please go to 850? Can I please go to 875? It doesn't ask. It just does it. And everybody misses the station. Everybody misses the train because they're all taking the subway coming down to the station. They're all late. They didn't get the word on time. And or they ignored the warnings, like how many Ukrainians ignored the warnings to get the hell out of the eastern area of Ukraine 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Get the hell out. How many missed the train? And now the horror stories. Well, SoFi is about to give a bunch of horror stories to a bunch of wall fence sitters. I'm on the wall. I'm on the fence. I'm thinking about it. If I could get it for 10 cents less, I think I might make a move on it. You're about to get your butt handed to you. I don't know what minute it'll happen. I don't know what day it's going to happen. I don't know what week it's going to happen. But when it happens, it's all over. You saw Matterport go to $37. Would like to have stayed there. It would have been nice. But you thought that was fast. Watch out, SoFi, because this isn't a company that someday will become a bank. They're a bank now. And I've said my piece on that. All right. What else is going on? Oh, my gosh. We've got stuff happening here. The Dow is up 11 points. S&P is down 9. NASDAQ is down 32. Oil down $1.79. That is what's going on there. What is going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Twitter, man, oh man, what is going to happen with Twitter? This is going to be really fun. 49.02 right now in the pre-market, up $3.17. You've seen nothing yet. 22 million traded. You've seen nothing yet. 44 million traded all day yesterday. 22 million traded in the pre-market today. And we've only just begun. This is going to be fun, fun, fun. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wacky. It's going to be crazy. I can guarantee you that the board of directors of Twitter will be shortly releasing a statement today or during the weekend where they will reject the offer as inadequate from Elon Musk. You can count on it. You will count on. Why would the board do that? Why would the senior executives not want Elon to take them over? It's pretty simple, really. But if you need some help figuring this out, in plain English, here's the deal, okay? If you are a board member of the company of Twitter, you are being compensated for your time to attend these board meetings, either personally or via Zoom meetings or what have you. You're being given data all the time from the company, and you're asked for input on the direction of the company. And there are various committees that they've set up to the compensation committee, the whatever committee, the other committee. You're putting in some time. You're being paid maybe 120,000 a year, maybe 10,000 a month. Chump change for a multimillionaire. You're getting paid 10,000 a month to lend a few hours a week to the company's, guidance. But more importantly, you're being given stock options. Directors are given stock in lieu of cash or on top of cash, and or options on top of all that. So right now, at this moment in time, every single board of director member has got themselves a lovely little payoff waiting for them, because in the event of a takeover, there are rules in place for senior management, directors, and a whole bunch of people that guarantee these people golden parachutes if they are taken over by somebody else. That's number one. So they've already got that. Number two, and these golden parachutes, by the way, just to kind of help you out, it is not uncommon for a CEO of a publicly traded company who's about to lose his job because someone else is taking over the company and we don't need you anymore. After all, we're buying you. We might keep you, but Elon Musk is not going to keep any of the existing management of Twitter. He's not going to keep those boards of directors. He's going to replace them all. So they all have golden parachutes, and the CEO likely has at least a 2 or a 3 year salary guarantee as a single payout by the company, and all of the stock options and all the shares that are all vested now. In other words, if the CEO is allowed to buy 10 million shares of Twitter at $30 a share for the next 5 years, all of that stock is now automatically given to him. This individual now has $300 million of stock, or whatever the number is. If it's $55 a share and you're given 10 million shares, that's $550 million in stock, 3 years salary at $2.5 million a year. Here's $7.5 million in cash. Here's some severance money. Get out. I wouldn't mind being that guy. Yeah, I'll leave. Sure. Yeah, I'll take my $550 million plus. Sure. This is what's going on. Now, the directors of the company and the senior management are saying, wait a minute, hold it a sec. We don't want to be taken out at 54. Why don't we get taken out at 64? Because that's an extra $10 on 10 million shares to me. That's another 100 million reasons why I want another offer. So we'll reject his offer and leave the door open for someone else to come in here. And don't be surprised if maybe there are 2 or 3 other entities out there, either individuals or groups or companies, that might take a run at Twitter. I don't know. It's a big time media thing. Do you think that some Republicans would love to get their hands on Twitter right now? Do you think some right-leaning political media types would love to own Twitter right about now to kind of relaunch someone's Twitter account and get it up and going again to spread the message and gospel of the far right thinking groups? Do you think? Hello. Yeah, maybe some Democratic type backers out there might think, I'd rather the Twitter fall into our hands and our universe rather than the far right universe. And I'm just talking USA, let alone anything else. There could be 8 or 10 entities interested in this thing, and none of them want to be identified right now. None of them want to be labeled left or right or anything like that. It's going to be a most interesting little war going on here. This little Twitter war, this is going to be something. $48.45 is the price of the stock right now. I think it'll go closer to $60 a share if it goes. I don't think the stock's going back to 30 anytime soon, but that's, again, just me, the old man, looking out and going, this is an entity that is up for sale. It's available. There is no one shareholder that can stop this thing, even Dorsey or whatever. What happens if Dorsey and the other founders line up with Elon and say, we're taking Elon's deal no matter what comes our way? On the other hand, look, if a $58 cash offer shows up, Elon doesn't want to beat that offer, we're going to court. We're going to court because the shareholders are going to say, we want the highest deal for us. We don't care what Dorsey thinks You want to be Elon is your friend, and you want to sell to your friend. We don't give a crap about that. We want the $58 a share or the $60 a share. We want the money. It's nothing personal. It's business. We want the money. And so that stock will go higher, and it'll be impossible for Elon to get the entity because it'll be tied up in court for years. So there will be a deal done somehow, somewhere, some way. It's going to be most interesting, but I don't think it's going to be done down here. So watch for that. Twitter might be a buy, might be a speculative buy. You might want to try options on Twitter, but I would be buying in the money options. Don't be trying to buy 52s thinking that, oh, well, I'll buy 52 options and it'll go to 60 and I'll do great, because you're going to be paying $6 premium right now on a 52. You have no equity whatsoever. You may or may not be able to buy an in-the-money contract that pays you any kind of return, which means you're now stuck with buying the stock. The only way to actually make money on this deal is to buy the paper itself. You can only afford 100 shares, buy 100 shares, because what you can do if you do own 100 shares is you can write an option against the stock. You can write an out-of-the-money call option for that fat premium and say, okay, great. I'll tell you what, I'll write a $52 call for 3 months. Give me a big fat premium to do so. And if you're guaranteed $60 to get out, what do you care? You're in a 40, what's it right now? 48, and you can be guaranteed a $60 deal if you get taken out. Why not take that deal? $12 on a $48 investment, 25% of your money in what, a month or two? Hello. Or 3 or 4. Kind of interesting, isn't it? All of a sudden, free speech pays. It pays to get into free speech, but it's whose free speech you're talking about here. In other words, free speech isn't necessarily free anymore, is it? You can buy it. You can buy free speech access. It's incredible. It is absolutely amazing to me how this is going. Anyway, there it is. Fun times at the OK Corral. It's a quiet day like I thought it would be. There's nothing going on for us to worry about, nothing to speculate on. It's just a quiet, happy day. Happy Easter, everybody. Isn't this great? GameStop down 90 cents to 149.80 in the pre-market. Let me just double check that and then refresh all this. Oh, it's up. It's down 137 now to 139.33. I got Rocket Lab down 6 cents. SoFi, I've been trying to get an updated quote on SoFi, and I'm having some issues making this work. I'm showing 761, generally unchanged on 186,000 shares. So I'm surprised that it's just sitting there, but sometimes things don't surprise me anymore. AMC down 16 cents to 18.37. Matterport down 2 pennies. There's no change from what I can tell you on ME Spire. ATIP's up a nickel. Smart Rent down 14 cents. Cyxtera 13.49 pre-market up 41. Apple down 13 cents to 170.29. Goldman up 5.80 at 327.80. Cisco unchanged. Tesla down $21. People are worried about Elon Musk's attention span being dealt with that Twitter distraction. They don't like that. That's why the stock's off a little bit. ARC Innovations down 39 cents to 61.34. They own a bunch of Tesla, so that's not helping. Microsoft down a nickel. Bed Bath & Beyond down 56 cents to 17.21. Pfizer down 2 pennies to 53.08. And Hewlett Packard down 8 cents to 37.86. Under 38, it is a buy. There you are. This is the latest thinking and stories. And we'll see what's going on. Headline 12 minutes ago, Goldman Sachs stock rises enough after earnings to keep the Dow Jones futures positive. U.S. stock futures hold ground as banks disclose earnings. That's the key today. That is the key right there. Well, it's going to be an interesting time, isn't it? Welcome one, welcome all to the show. 13 minutes to go before we open for trading. Thank you all for being here this morning. I do appreciate this. We have 144 thumbs ups coming through already. Thank you, everybody. If you are able to hit that thumbs up button, please nail that sucker for me. Get this show a little bit of pre-market momentum. We love you. Every time you guys hit those thumbs ups, you guys make a difference. You don't know it. You might not realize it, but it is huge. And I thank you. Every YouTuber asks and begs for thumbs ups. I'm not the only one, but I thank you when I get them. I really appreciate it. All right. Man, oh man, oh man. What is going to happen? Social media is a new propaganda machine. Yeah. You know what? I noticed. I saw an article. I think it was the New York Times. Something about a travel influencer is facing some kind of legal action. And I'm going, what is the problem, people? And I guess the influencer, I think it's a single female is what they described this influencer as. A single female who claimed that she had visited every country in the world, the first to do so. And it's going out on social media, and she has a Facebook page, and she's got Instagram, and this is what we do. We influencers have multiple platforms, although I spend most of my time right here. In any event, the story is that there are other women out there going, no, I've already visited every country in the world. I did it in 1971, or I did that in 1984. Before social media, I have my passports. I've got them all stamped here. So no, she's not the first to ever do it. And then the article went on to say, well, it's likely she may have been the first social media influencer to travel every country of the world. And I'm thinking, who gives a crap? What does this have to do with legal anything? Because I claim I've done something, I'm now liable for hurting somebody else? Like, really? There's a legal issue here all of a sudden? Like, influencers are all of a sudden under some kind of a licensing rule or what we can say and how we can say it. Let the viewers decide whether they like the influencer or not, or want to watch influencer or not. It has nothing to do with the content. I mean, I tell you all the time, if you go down to the below in my description, you'll see at the very bottom, I have a disclaimer down there because under, rules and what have you, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a commentator. I don't buy and sell stock. I don't buy and sell options. I talk about it. You decide what to do. This article really kind of made me go, what the hell is this all about? And I read another article earlier this week. I saw a headline in something like, why does someone who braids hair need a license? And the article was to do with the fact that many towns and cities in America are so strapped for tax revenues that they're trying every way and any way to make money to stay alive. And in the old days, it used to be in the 40s and the 50s, in the old days, small town America, town of 10,000 people, 20,000 people, city of 40,000 people. The old days, all the economic activity, all the retail activity, all the services was downtown. You would drive downtown to do whatever you needed to do. So if you were planning to go on a trip this summer to Europe and you're in downtown Sioux City, wherever, you're in downtown, small town USA, you would go downtown and you would see your travel agent and you would book passage from where you were to New York by rail, most likely, and then by ocean liner. This would be the early 50s, ocean liner to Southampton or to Cherbourg in France, and then you would arrange travel from there if necessary, unless you were visiting relatives and they'd pick you up at the ship or what have you. But you would also go downtown to the Western Union office, and you would send a telegram to friends of yours in Europe saying, just booked my ocean liner on the Queen Mary, leaving New York on this day, arriving Southampton on that date. Looking forward to seeing you at, on July the 3rd in Southampton. You would send that out from downtown. You would then arrange with your bank manager the idea of having cash to take this trip. You're doing this weeks in advance, months in advance. So you're arranging currency if you need it, credit lines, lines of letters of credit, whatever you need to be able to fund your trip outside of your hometown. All done downtown. You would then buy whatever clothing you needed, or you'd buy some suitcases downtown. And the day before you go, guess what your wife is doing downtown? She's getting her hair done, getting her nails done. She's getting ready to travel, going to be seen in the public environment. Your children are getting their haircuts with dad. The boys are going in for a haircut with dad at the barber for the big trip that starts tomorrow by train from our hometown to Chicago to New York, and then over to the ship. We might be in New York a night or two at a hotel, which is already pre-done through the travel agency. And on and it goes, all downtown. So what I'm getting at is this article had to do with, why do people need to braid their, if you are a hair braider, what do you need a license for? You're doing it out of the basement of your house, or out of the, out of the dining room of your home. Maybe you're an at-home hairdresser. There's a simple reason. The town in which you live used to count on you with others like you to be in a hairdressing salon downtown, where the salon was paying city taxes, retail city taxes, and using services. And the fact that you guys were downtown all day long, some of you brought your lunch with you, some of you would buy a coffee from a neighborhood coffee shop. You would support downtown businesses by being downtown. And all of your customers who would come downtown would do other things downtown, like go to the shoe repair guy, go to the insurance store, going to the firm that alters your clothing, because your clothing was of such a high quality back then that you didn't throw away something that didn't fit anymore. You had it altered, because you couldn't afford to replace your jacket or woman in a dress. They would have them altered, all downtown. Well, now that's all done at home. Travel agencies, done at home. Hairdressing, done at home. Hair braiding, done at home. Get your nails done, get a massage, get shoes repaired. Shoe repair guys are now working out of their garages in their homes. On and on and on goes the work, the system. And downtown America, downtown Canada, downtown North America is dead. It's dead, because no merchant can afford the taxes, the rents, the fees to be there anymore. And you, the customer, you're not going to pay $5 an hour to park your car for 4 hours in downtown wherever. What are you, nuts? You're not going to do that. That's $20 to park your car. What, I can drive a block away from my neighborhood to Janet's house, and Janet will do my nails, or I'll get my hair braided, and it's cheaper because Janet isn't getting 60% of the take or 40% of the take, and the rest is going to the shop owner. Janet gets it all, and I can park in her driveway. The town is the loser, by the way, just to kind of get to the point. The town is losing, but it's the race to the bottom is what's happening here. People are racing to the bottom to save money and get services at the best price possible. People who alter clothing, there are people who will alter your suit jacket for you, but they'll do it from home. And there are many stores in various shopping malls that will take in alterations. What do they do with them? They have people come in to pick up the alterations, and they take that home. They do the alterations at home, bring it back to the store 2 days later. The store calls you and says, your jacket's all altered, it's ready to go. And the person wasn't in the store doing it. It's at their home, because you don't know who they are. And there's a markup charged by the store on top of the alteration person's fee. You're paying double the price, but you got the park free at the mall, I guess. We're not downtown. And this is what's going on with the world today. This is what's happening. The race to the bottom is going on, and it's getting most interesting, isn't it? It's a whole new world, isn't it? And banking. Remember, you used to go downtown to go to your bank? We don't do that anymore. You used to go downtown to see your stockbroker. You don't go downtown to see your stockbroker anymore, because you don't have one. Your stockbroker's in here. It's you. And it's us. That's what's changed. I keep talking to you guys about working from home. I keep telling you guys about taking control of your lives, not being subject to what the man wants you to do anymore. While you're also hurting your own hometowns, unfortunately, in an indirect way. In a non-indirect way, you're helping your hometown because you're not moving away from your hometown. You're staying in your hometown, working from your house, paying your property taxes, spending money with other merchants in your city, but they may not be downtown because obviously there are 20 Wendy's in your town. There are 35 McDonald's in your city, or whatever the number is. None of them are downtown. If there's one McDonald's downtown, it's a fluke. The McDonald's are all in the suburbs, of course. So is the Home Depot. So is the Lowe's. You don't have Macy's, big fat department store in your downtown core. You used to. You don't anymore. They're in the burbs. And the town still generates money, those who have burbs. But super small town America, they don't have burbs. They only have their retail division. And their folks are trying to survive like anyone else is trying to survive. And they're working from home. And this is crushing small town America in many, many ways. But the evolution is unstoppable. It will continue on. Have I ranted enough today? It's a quiet day. There's nothing going on. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing happening. It's just a really boring day. We're only up $7.29 on Goldman. Nothing going on. Nothing to get excited about as we're about to start trading for another day to close out the week. A short week. Very quiet short week. Nothing to see here. Twitter, that's just that's just a one-off. It's just a guy trying to buy a company because he can't become member of the board of directors, and so he's just going to try and buy the company for $43 billion measly dollars out of the trillion he's got. Nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Don't overreact. Stop being so crazy. Can't people just make $1 billion and get along? Is that so hard these days? Oh, this is so much fun. I gotta tell you, I could be doing nothing, I could be doing absolutely nothing, but this is way too much fun. Gotta say, this is really something. GE stock price target cut to 122 from 132. Don't buy the GE stock. I'd avoid that at all costs. Oh my goodness gracious! We're opening right now. I think we're running it. We're happening. Not Larry Easter Bunny Titus has just rung the bells to get us started. Thank you, DQ, for that. We are up and going. And we're in the business. Let's see how it all works out. Okay, SoFi, I have more dry powder, so please drop below $6. Oh my gosh, those premiums are juicy on Goldman Sachs right now. Oh, it's a good day at the Goldman Sachs household. $330 a share right now, it would appear. I think we're up $8 as the market is opening here. Let me try to convince my big ass iPad to open up. 321.97. You got to let it run. You got to let that Goldman have its moment and don't get in its way. Let's see if it can run to 330 or beyond. Right now, here it is, 331 now, as it is waking up and starting its trading run here. So, yay! We're up and we're running. The Dow should be positive. Let's see what kind of momentum it's got. It might be a dead cat bounce for the big picture of all the markets. It might not. We had a good day yesterday. We'll see how the momentum carries us this morning. Better bank earnings are better for the markets. You want the banks to be making money, because if the banks are making money, it's because their customers are making money and are expanding their businesses. If that's happening, your stocks are going up. That's the economy improving, and that's why interest rates are rising, to try to kind of keep things calm. 174 gain on the Dow, 6 points on S&P, 1 point right now on NASDAQ. It has to kind of catch up to everything. I've got Sextera at 1314, I think. 1800 traded. We'll see how that works up. Rocket Lab is at 839, up a penny. SoFi 756, down a nickel after a very positive article about how well this company is going to be doing. It just blows my mind how cheap SoFi is, and it is being ignored. But again, let's keep things in perspective. SoFi isn't Ukraine. SoFi isn't Goldman Sachs. SoFi isn't Apple. SoFi isn't China. SoFi is SoFi. It is a small fintech banking entity that happens to have a market cap of $6 billion. So it is a micro-sized corporation in the world of big business. It is going to become a fair-sized business in its own right. It will. And its shares will become the darling of the fintech sector someday, probably. Maybe not today, but that allows you to quietly and anonymously pick this stuff off and steal it, put it away, and sit back and go, hey, you bastards want it from me? Yeah, I want 25 a share. You're not getting it from me under 25. There's the game. We'll see how this plays out. There'll be option writing opportunities galore. SoFi, 757. GameStop, 149, 150.19, down 51 cents. AMC 1847 down 6 cents. Matterport 722 down 9. ME at 352.5 down 6.5. Spire 187.5 down a half a penny or unchanged. 188 on Spire, unchanged. Hycroft Mining is off 4 cents, 213 a share. This is the mining thing that AMC's into. ATIP 188 up 4. Smart Rent up 4 to 508. Pfizer up 9 cents to 53.19. Hewlett Packard HPQ, the symbol 37.93. Robinhood down a dime to 11.97. Vanek Vectors up 32 cents. Home Depot up 34 cents. IBM up 2.89. Microsoft down 92 cents. Apple up 47 cents. Goldman up to 330.23, up 8.26. Cisco down 3 cents. Facebook up $1.53. Amazon down 4.65. Tesla down 12.80. Google down 9.97. BlackBerry down 113. Bed Bath Beyond down 113. BlackBerry up a nickel. Royal Caribbean up 145. Target up 50 cents. JP Morgan down 36 cents. They had their $4 drop yesterday. They're down 36 cents right at the moment. Now only down 20 cents on JP Morgan. They're going to recover. Costco up $2. Walmart up 34 cents. Nvidia up $4. American Airlines up 26 cents to 19.19, up 24 cents. Netflix down about 40. Moderna up 11 pennies. Early start and early quotes. We're up 205 on the Dow right now as we're getting everything up and rolling. All right. There is where we're at. We'll see how this lasts or not. S&P now up 13. NASDAQ up 15. Oil down $1.48. And that is the opening salvo here. All righty. Let's see what else is going on here. Jason saying, I was hit hard by COVID last week. I caught it at work. Sold some 3 GameStop covered calls 150 strike for April on Monday to cover my lost income. Right on, buddy. Making money. That's the deal. Mr. T, good morning. Uncle Bruce. I'm number 91 on the thumbs up meter for you. Is the following a good practice to put a stop loss on a covered call right to automatically buy it back if the price is going against you before the break-even point? If you're a hedge fund with millions of dollars on the line, sure. If your philosophy is, hey, we're just going to write a call for $6 and buy it at $5, but if it goes to $6.25, we're buying back. If the liquidity is there, you can do that. But generally, that's not the case. Big, heavy-duty hedge funds will write out a contract knowing that they can also do rollovers, and they don't bother with this kind of stuff. Because if a stock option starts to spread away from you, inevitably the bid and ask will spread away from you. Now you're in big trouble because you put in one of these stop loss buyback orders, you're at market. You're buying at market. You're not buying at a stink bid. And that's not how you play this game, because if you have to pay 50 cents more for a contract times 10 contracts, you're buying for 500 more than you want to be buying back for. You might be paying much more than that because you need 10 contracts. There's only 2 available at $5.50. There's 2 available at $6, and the rest are available at $7. And you're filled all the way to $7, and you just screwed yourself out of thousands of dollars by pulling this off. It's pointless. It is absolutely pointless. I would not do it. No, you want to be a stink buyer, and really, what are you going to do if a stock moves against you? You're going to roll over the contract. It's all you're going to do. You're just going to do a rollover. No. Okay. What else is going on? Thank you, everybody. Vilbus number 183. Thank you. Let's go. Thank you all for being here. Nice to see you all. Great to have you with us today. Let's see what kind of a day we get today. We're up 303 on the Dow right now. A very quiet Thursday before Easter. Nothing going on. There's nothing to see here. It's all calm Thursday. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Never a dull moment in this market. Thank you, all of you who have been joining us this morning for the chat. We are going now members only on the chat now because membership has its privileges. And thank you to all the members who back this channel all the way. I do appreciate this very much. I love all of you for being here, but I got to tell you, I am biased towards my members because they're covering the nut, and I thank you all for being here. Please consider becoming a member of this channel. Join us right here. You can join for $9.99 a month as a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member, but if you want to get in here as an ultimate member of this channel, do that right there. Hit the gold bagel member join button and get yourself 24 extra features over and above the regular membership on this channel. And we thank you. I thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. And all of us, this family right here, you couldn't ask for a better bunch of people to hang out with, especially if you're into growth opportunities and option trading, especially option writing. Man, are we having fun? Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're at 330 on Goldman, up 830 a share. The Dow is up 303 points right now. S&P is up only 7. Nasdaq is actually down 33. The Dow is all by itself up about 0.8 of a percentage point right now, roughly, at the moment. We'll see how long this lasts and if it spreads anywhere else. But yes, we're going to see what's coming up here. Twtr. Let's take a look at it now. It is up and running, 47.06, up 121. I think this is a buy. I think Twtr is definitely a buy. I would recommend you buy the stock. The options, I don't know if they're a play. The only way I would play the options, honestly, the only way I play the options, I would buy this stock and I would write call options against it. I don't believe you would be able to buy deep in the money calls at strictly book value. I have a suspicion that the premiums on these contracts are surging right now. So you want to be a writer. You don't want to be a buyer of these contracts. And if you can buy the stock down here, I think that's the way to go. I can tell you that the board of directors of Twtr, they're going to go through the standard playbook response that all of these guys go through. They just basically come out and say, it's inadequate. The offer at $43 billion is just not good enough for how great we are. Oh, by the way, we're losing our butts on the bottom line. We don't make money, but $43 billion is chump change. We're going to reject the offer. And they're seeking others to step up and offer more. And now it's a game of titans. Who wants to control this media outlet? The right wing, the left wing, another media company. It's going to be really entertaining to watch this. Nazareth, oh my God, Nazareth, what are you doing? This is awesome sauce. Thank you so much for this $100 donation. I haven't seen one of these in a long time on this channel like that. Thanks for everything, Uncle B. Have an everything bagel on me. Oh man, extra topics. Thank you, my friend. I do appreciate it. Way to make some money this week. Nazareth was pretty smart this week, writing off some, writing I think 9 covered calls on GameStop and scoring a nice gain this week. Well done, my friend. Another month's bills covered right there. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. May I have another? Thank you all for your support of this channel. However, the support comes through. These donations are phenomenal, super chats. And these PayPal donations that you make to me, these are anonymous. I only reveal the name. I never mention the amount. I thank all of you for your support, of course. And you Gold Bagel members and you Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, you guys are the backbone of this channel. And Nazareth is a serious backer of this channel. I believe Nazareth is a Gold Bagel member. Thank you again for all of that. Yeah, here we are, $6,700 gain this week, $4,500 the week before. Pays to be here, to pay attention to what we're doing here. It really can pay. You can do what Nazareth does in your own way. You don't have to be as large of an account that Nazareth has. You can play this market with one contract and do just fine. Ask Rob. Ask Ask Wavy Gravy. Ask any of these other members here. With one contract, there are $200, $400, $500, $700 bills waiting for you on option right opportunities all the time. And then there are those who are writing options on Apple on this channel. They're writing on Goldman Sachs. They're writing Microsoft contracts, IBM contracts. We are busy people, and we're going to be very busy writing contracts going forward on the former SPACs that we followed that are going to continue to grow over time. But from time to time, our SPACs, our former SPACs, go on sale. And today there's a sale on SoFi, $7.45 a share at a ridiculous discount. It is incredible to me. I just put my hands up and I go, really? SoFi, $7.44, $7.40? You're kidding, right? You got to be kidding. Who is stupid enough to sell this down here? It's got to be margin call related. I think anyone who's forced to sell SoFi is because they've screwed up something else. They've got another trade that's not working out, and they're selling SoFi because they can't borrow money on it anyway, and so they're just taking the cash, whatever they can get, and going to pay whatever bills they got to pay. I'm guessing that's what it is. My old broker radar is going off and thinking, yeah, these are desperados who have money problems. $7.43 on SoFi. I cannot begin to tell you how great an opportunity it is for any of you who are just buying this stuff and then just forget about what it does. Don't worry about what it's trading at. Don't let it influence your thinking. Just buy it, get it, put it away, and a few months from now, you're going to be glad you did. I'm just saying. Coyote, I'm buying another 100 of them today. Christina, my goal is 500 a week in call options to make me money. That's very conservative. Wavy Gravy, good morning, fellow simpletons and intellectuals. Frumler, I didn't do fine on my one GameStop covered call, though. Dang it. Bobby, the math said that's very achievable. Christina, Rob, oh my gosh, Rob, love you, Bruce. Go get your hair braided. Alred Janice. Thank you for that donation. I do appreciate that. It's 101 Canadian dollars versus Nazareth's is 100 American dollars. I don't care what currency you guys want to send me funds. I couldn't care less. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. That's pretty cool. The Dow's up 182. It was up 300 for a smidgen of time. Sextera is down 3. Rocket Lab down a nickel. SoFi 744 down 16. GameStop 148.55 down 215. AMC 1813 down 40 cents. Matterport down a quarter 706. ME 351 down 8. Spire up 2 to 190. ATIP down 2 to 182. Smart Rent down a nickel 4.99. Pfizer up 43 cents to 53.53. And Hewlett Packard down 28 cents to 37.66. There's where we're at. IBM is up $3.96 a share to $130. Goldman up $5.86 to $327.43. Cisco up 6 cents right now, $52.21. Everything else is red. The indexes, the Dow up 199, S&P down 3 points, NASDAQ down 69. There you have it. That is the deal right now. Bought my BBBY to close my mix-up. I still made $98. Christina, you're out of there. You're out of jail. You're fine. It's okay. We move on. I'm just so glad that there was no carnage, because there could have been carnage. I'm very pleased. We move forward. What else is happening? I bought 84 shares of Matterport this morning. Now I have 204. Picking off cheap stock. Way to go. Let's go. Damn it, he was one up, says Olivia. $1 more. Bobby stealing thunder at $1. Olivia, I love it. Stephen Jackson, strength, baby. Nazareth, you want to play this game, Rob? If 10 of you want to play this game, 30 of you want to play this game, I highly encourage it. I will not hide my glee at this. It's a donation war, says Olivia. Rob, Nazareth, I don't, but I'm sure Bruce wants us to play this game. Nazareth is laughing with that one. Coyote, buying back my last of my SoFi covered call I wrote, all at 80+% profit. Rock and roll. Thank you very much. DQ, where's Texas when you need them? That's right. Whatever happened to Texas? Olivia, nice work. Blair, DQ, way to go. Splair, by the way, good morning to everybody from Deutschland. Nelson Spire on a tear right now, 4-cent move. DQ, Christina, yes, well done. Covering up that mistake and getting it done and moving on. We're up 186.66 now on the Dow Jones. Down 3 on Cyxtera, down 7 on Rocket Lab. SoFi 743, down 18 cents. GameStop down 131 to 149.39. AMC 1817, down 36 cents. Matterport 707, down 24. ME down 8 at 351. Over on Twitter, we're at 46.75. We're up 90 cents on the session. The street, for whatever reason, doesn't think that Elon Musk's bid is either serious, will work, or will be outdone by anyone else. That's what the market is telling me, looking at this quote. If the stock is trading at 46.79, the market at large is going, hey, man, these Twitter shares, they were down to $31 in the last 52 weeks. They've been as high as 73. But at 54, whatever that offer is, that deal isn't going to go through, and I doubt anyone else will outbid this guy. And this will be an interesting thing to see how this plays out. But I got to tell you, at the end of the day, dollars are dollars. Again, this isn't personal. This is business. And when someone puts a formal offer to the board of directors at $54 a share, this is real. This is not a pretend, I'm just kidding offer. This is serious poop. And the board of directors can play all the games they want and go, well, it's not really reflective of the upside potential of our company. And but no one else outbids this guy. It goes to the shareholders for a vote. There are SEC rules at play here. We're dealing with a guy who already owns a chunk of the company. In theory, he could just say, screw you guys, I'm going to keep buying up the stock. And he can just keep buying it up with the intention of, I have made it clear I'm prepared to pay $54 a share on this thing. You want to reject my offer? I'll take it off the table and I'll just buy the stock on the open market and disclose my increased ownership. He'll go to 15%. He'll go to 18%. He'll go to 22%. He's an insider anyway. What's the diff? He's already offered 54. If he can get it at 47, 48, 49, 50 on the open market, why shouldn't he buy it? He offered for 54. I'll buy it at 51 all day long. Gets to 28% and brings in a new offer, says I'm prepared to pay 54 for the balance, cash offer. The board has to rule again whether it's in their best interest or not. If the stock doesn't go over 54 because the board rejects this offer, the stock stays down in the mid-40s with the board rejecting a $54 offer, lawsuits are coming from lawyers. Class action lawsuits on behalf of shareholders who felt that they've been ripped off by the board of directors. This is serious poop. It really is. And it's stinky. It really is. This is going to be around here for a while. Don't think that this is a little game that's going to disappear in a couple of days. $47 a share might be a hell of a buy for Twitter on the takeover speculation that might play itself out the next 30, 60, 90 days. I've seen it before. I've seen takeover offers last months and go through all kinds of wars. What I'm wondering about and what I'm waiting for, and I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, is why hasn't there been an Elon Musk type guy buy up SoFi? Why? Why hasn't there been someone with deep pockets like Ryan Cohen buy up a bunch of SoFi at $7.50 a share, $7.40 a share, just quietly buy it up and disclose to the world a month from now, I own 4.8% of the company. I own 7% of the stock. I'm a passive investor. Just watch what would happen to SoFi if any of these high-end investment banker, hedge fund type guys like Ackerman or any of these other guys, they walked in there and picked off 9.8% of SoFi between $7 and $9 a share. And the street found out, oh my God, this massive hedge fund guy through his hedge fund has just picked off all the free trading stock that was down here. That's all gone now. It's not coming back. That stock is available at 30 bucks a share, 40 bucks a share, but not at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, not even close. Watch out. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. I'm just sitting here going, what does it take? How much more evidence do you need that this chartered bank is such a steal that there haven't been moves made by key people who are going to want to shake up this stock? Noto doesn't need to be fired. It's not like they are not doing the right things. I just think that the stock needs a jolt from the outside that says $7.40 a share in SoFi is a joke, and we're going to steal this paper. And so this is why I keep bringing it back to viewers of this channel. We should become, you collectively, all you viewers here, we should become as a group one of the single largest groups of shareholders of SoFi. Just buy up the paper. Don't buy a single contract. Just buy the stock and take it away. Take it away from people. If this channel ended up with 5 million shares, 10 million shares of this stock, if we had that kind of buying power as a group, goes to 30 bucks a share in the next year or two, this channel is one powerful force, let me tell you, because you guys are going to be running options, bringing in $2 and $3 premiums every month or 6 weeks or so after buying it for $7.43. Oh my gosh, it's going to be kind of goofy. There'll be a few jealous folks out there about that. What can I say? It is what it is, and you've just got to, just got to make your stand sooner or later. What can I tell you? Anyway, there you go. Thank you all so much for being here. Number 203 thumbs up has come in. Miraculous. Thank you, buddy. FYI, wind and snow advisory here, so there's that. Oh gosh, here in Calgary, we got snow again this morning. But we will lose it in the next few days. We are told that within the next 3 days, right now it's 16 out, but the high Saturday, 37, the high Sunday, 45, the high Monday, 50. Goodbye to all the snow. Mainly sunny the next 3 days. This is all going to burn away, but it's been depressing around here. Let me just say that. I can't wait for this stuff to go away. Let's see what's going on. Nelson is saying to Coyote, I have my stink bids in for SoFi, covered calls to buy back, crossing my fingers and toes to get them back. 744 on SoFi, down 18 cents. Credit Savage buying back all these covered calls I had left on SoFi. Sucks that my $90 GameStop got assigned a week early, but at least not. I have dry powder and I made that money. There you go. Nelson Winnipeg trending on Twitter, otherwise quiet. Rob, Putin offers $43 billion and $1 rubles for Twitter. How about that? Serious Poop says Jersey. Bobby, I hope Ukraine loads a tracker on a barge and pull that warship into port. Christina, just put a stink bid in to pick up 5 SoFi leaps expiring January 2024. Can't wait to write calls on these. Let's see if I get filled. 395 is the bid. Right on. Jennifer, Twitter board meeting at 10 a.m. Would love to be a fly on the wall. Bobby, Captain Noto isn't playing that game. Nelson, Bertie, you should buy Twitter. Jason, Uncle Bruce needs a serious, you know what, emoji for this channel. Christina, I was so upset with myself when I sold my Matterport, and y'all kept getting all-time highs. I'm loading leaps for those as well. Loading up on those. Rob, Uncle Bruce, can I have my $101 back? I want to buy 5% of SoFi stock and missing 100. I need 101 to do it. Oh, you kids. Wooly, welcome again to the channel, buddy. I just bought 100 SoFi. That was a smart move. I'm not very familiar with this, with its price action, like I am with GameStop. What's a good cover call strategy on this stock? Right now, just sit tight. We'll grab this stuff. Wait it out. Once we get into that 10, 12, 14 range, we'll figure out the next strategy because you'll be up nicely on that. Bobby, is there a toilet emoji maybe? Robert, did you read anything about Cyxtera Technologies is considering a sale? I have. Cyxtera is basically exploring the idea that they might be available for a takeover. And I believe they have an investment banking firm working on this right now. The shares are in the $13 neighborhood. And the speculation has been that they might be acquired by another entity or they end up becoming part of an existing entity. Will they stay public? Will they become part of another public company? We don't know. And what value? We don't know. But the stock has been rising up to this 13 neighborhood lately because of it. Michael Woolley, just wait on those cover calls right now. Rob Woolley, it's at its all-time low. So I would shy away from writing anything against it right now. Premiums will be ridiculous. Woolley, maybe wait for a run back to 9-10 range, and then you can write some 11s and 12s. Bobby, that was announced last week, Robert, that takeover thing. Woolley, okay, thanks for the tips, you guys, says Woolley. Beach Boy reports in the Taiwanese media that a bipartisan group of senators led by the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee, Mendez, is landing in Taipei now for a meeting with Taiwan leaders. Not uncommon, happens from time to time, and only makes the Chinese more angry. But bottom line is America is saying, don't mess with our buddies. Taiwan are friends of ours, and don't be messing with these guys. Interesting. See what happens. Chinese are watching very carefully what's happening in Ukraine, very carefully, and are probably horrified at the tough time that Putin is having against a country of 45 million people and a military of less than 1 million people. He can't push them around like he thought he could. The Chinese are going, what? What's wrong with these guys? That's, I'm sure, being witnessed by every military expert in the world. They're just going, whoa, this is revealing. This is revealing in a very interesting way. Bill was added another 300 SoFi this morning. I'm up to 1,800 shares with an average of 12.32. Goal is at least 2,000 shares. GM is here. Sold 150 covered call expiring 414 yesterday for 277. Come on, stink bit on that GameStop. We're at 148.48, so it's out of the money for sure. It's worthless. Only time value is left. Robert, thumbs up, Bruce. Now there's Wavy Gravy. Did you get out of your GameStop contracts yesterday? Did you make money on those? We're at 148.44, down 225 on GameStop. AMC down 39 cents. Let's say 50 cents now at 18.03. The Dow is up 143. It was up 300. S&P down 10. NASDAQ down 95. So there's more negative than positive out there. The Dow is losing that bounce. Again, dead cat reaction bounce came out this morning. Goldman up 264 now to 324. It's hanging around, but it is not up the $8 it was earlier at 330. But we are not down 20 bucks a share either. And that is probably the best thing to keep in mind on that. Let's see now. Over on GameStop, the low of the day, 147.22. The high, 150.40. We've only been trading in a $2, $3 range. That's it. There is nothing going on in GameStop today. Certainly no upside takeoff to the moon kind of routine here. GameStop volume right now, 378,000. So, there's nothing going on. Jen, how are you? Aha!
What is that?
That's right. That is leftover entrails. I had me a couple of rolls this morning. Had me some salami there, and got me all fired up because there's apparently nothing going on today. There's absolutely nothing happening. It's a dead calm Thursday before Easter, and I thought, well, we'll just have a quiet little bun here.
When I first looked, almost everything was green, and now I've looked again, and we have a 50-50. Splattering of red and green.
Well, Elon Musk started it all off. He started everything.
I love it.
Let's just buy Twitter.
If you don't want to play my game,
I'll just buy you.
I'm going to take my ball and go home.
I like the company so much, I bought the company.
Don't buy the company, screw you. I'm selling everything.
I'm dumping my stock, and they'll go to 20 bucks a share. I don't think he's going to dump the stock. They say no. He'll just buy it up in the open market,
and then take it private.
Yeah. He'll just buy up until he has control, one or the other.
But doesn't it concern you that someone wants to buy it to take it off the market so they don't have the regulatory or the eyes on them? They don't have that fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders.
There's this problem. You may have the SEC off your butt.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't have the Federal Trade Communication, and you don't have the
oversight.
The media oversight.
Yes.
You still have that. But he's prepared to deal with that.
I guess so.
So there's that.
I guess
interesting stuff. But he wants to get rid of the existing management. That's the plan.
Right.
He's so upset with these guys that he wants them out. I'll get rid of them. I got $43 billion lying around. I'll buy them out.
I'm not doing anything. It's a long weekend. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll buy you out, and you guys take a hike. And they all walk with golden parachutes. He doesn't care. You're out.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
out. You're out. You're not going to be there anymore.
yeah.
I'll put in my own directors.
They'll get jobs elsewhere.
They'll get. Of course they will. If they want them.
We don't have to worry about that.
Well, think about this. You just got bought out by Elon Musk, and you're walking out the door with $250 million in your bank account. Do you need a day?
Car.
You need a day job next week? I don't think you need a day job next week. I think I'll take a few months to think about my future.
Maybe they'll throw in a trip to space.
I'll throw in a trip to space. My God.
And a new car. You get a new car, and you get a new
I'm just
car.
thinking that if you just got yourself a $300 million payout, and you're wondering what to do, and you're thinking, you know what I could do? I could buy one of these super yachts that is owned by one of these oligarchs. Maybe I can get it for 20 cents on the dollar in a few months, because I'll apply to the U.S. government for permission to buy an asset off of a Russian and make it an American ship, and we'll do that. I don't know. I just
put up that our flag means death. Put up the pirate flag.
Put up the pirate flag. Who knows?
The family handcrafted and picked one.
It's crazy. It's insanity.
I am enjoying that series.
It's insanity. Well, it looked like we were having a donate war going on today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It all started off with a $100 donation from Nazareth, and then a $101 donation came in from who was that? Who gave me that one? Was that and it was Nazareth for 100 and Rob with 101. But Nazareth was 100 American and Rob was 101 Canadian.
Oh,
so Rob is a slick operator. He makes it look pretty good. Not saying anything negative about
He's doing the price is right.
I'm appreciative of everything. He's
I'll
doing
take 101, Bob.
Bob, I'll bid 101. That's right.
101.
Without going over, I will bid 101. That's right. But I thank both of them very much for for those donations. It certainly helps.
Just out of the blue.
in
honor of Passover and Ramadan and Easter.
And the fact that they made money this week writing options.
Oh,
Let's cut to the quick. There's all this fluff. And then there's the reality. We're watching Uncle Bruce. We're making a ton of money writing options. Here's a little donation for you, my friend.
They had their own little escape and their own little resurrection.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I love these guys. They have these ceremonies at like UCLA or, at whatever college, whatever. And, so-and-so is making a donation of $100 million for a new wing with the family name on it, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, they made $16 billion on defense contracts and all kinds of other, deals that they scored.
Look at that. We just look at the new
We're giving back. We're giving back. Yeah, because of all the tax breaks you got your lobbyists to give you in Washington. Now you're throwing a $100 million donation over here. I love you guys. I
hear a lot about Michigan. That I think Michigan does really well on their alumni because they have such a strong football team that I know people who've gone to Michigan and they still wear Michigan gear, and it was 40 years ago. But they still have the new sweatshirt and the new cap.
That's true. Yes. That's true. And then, of course, if you look up there are charts available on Google where you can look up the endowments.
Yes.
What universities have the largest amounts of endowment money?
You wish Bill Gates had quit your university.
But these outfits have billions and billions of dollars in endowment money, and they're generating interest on that money from treasury notes, bonds, dividend-paying stocks. I mean, they have professional money managers managing this money. But you may have noticed. You may have noticed, though, if you ever tried to send your kid to one of these prestigious schools that have these billions of dollars in the reserves, that the cost of the college isn't cheaper because of all that money. It's just as expensive, if not more, than before.
Just imagine the cost of maintaining.
Oh my God.
These campuses.
Oh, that's incredible. And inflation isn't helping
either.
We
had a university fail.
That's true. Canada had a university go under.
Fail.
Yeah, mismanagement and what have you.
And we don't go after alumni.
We're not the same in Canada like in the U.S., but no one is. No one else in the world is like this. America is an outlier when it comes to the kind of donations that can be brought in from alumni. It's absolutely shameless how the universities go and promote it. Canada, it's very subtle. It's very low key. But in Canada, governments heavily support universities. I mean, heavily at the federal and provincial level.
And I think the feds,
It's a lot different up here.
The feds or the province stepped in and kept the lights on at this university.
Was it Laurentian or I can't remember the name of the place?
Somewhere. East.
Let's put it this way: it's still open, but at a fraction of what it once was in size. Now it's going to take years to regrow it and regroup it, but who knows?
Because the nightmare, I don't know what you do with your tenured professors. Like they're guaranteed a job.
No idea. No, and again, 10-year job as a janitor. I don't know. I have no idea.
Not as a janitor, as a professor.
Okay, a professorial janitor.
You know professors. You are going to be so.
I do know professors, and I love these guys, but they also know that it's pretty good out there.
But we also know
pretty good being a professor.
They're constantly working. They're constantly doing research.
Yes.
Publish or die.
I don't know bums that are professors. I know hardworking guys that are professors. I know people in the university system, directly and indirectly, that have earned their stripes, and I'm all for it. And
well, I'm going to leave you. I'll take your evidence with me. I'm assuming you don't need a bagel since you've already carved up.
At the moment, I don't need a bagel. No, at the moment, I'm fine, and I do thank you.
Not supposed to snow today.
Well, it was snowing when I got up, and it was really snowing when I got up. Really snowing when I got up.
They were probably referring to the rest of the day then.
Yeah. Well, we're sunny the next 3 days.
Yeah.
So it'll all be gone. It'll all be gone by Sunday.
What
but it's going to be a mess.
It's
going to be a sloppy, soppy mess for 2 or 3 days, and then it'll all dry out, and we'll have the salt-stained roads everywhere.
The washer people really make money in Calgary.
Oh, car washers are going to do great this coming week. God!
And your
windshield wiper guys, fluid guys. Yeah, they're going to do well.
Yeah,
but that's this time of year.
But
it's April.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I ain't throwing away a Chanel.
No, we're not throwing it away. We're going into the 50s next week. We're taking it.
That's right.
We're going to keep it. We're going to run with it.
Okay.
All right, Jen. Well,
happy long weekend, everybody.
Yes, super long weekend, everybody.
If you're celebrating something, happy celebration. And
yeah. I'm actually going to be working this weekend. I've got one-on-ones.
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday. I have one-on-ones already set up.
Tomorrow.
Wow.
What should we do?
I have a one-on-one in the morning tomorrow.
Oh, do you never?
Well, in the morning.
In the morning.
But then I'm open. I have no idea what to do. First, I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to sleep a little bit tomorrow.
And we can eat whenever we want.
We can eat whenever we want, and then I'm gonna do the one-on-one, and then I'll see the rest of the day, and then Saturday morning, Sunday morning, I'll take care of the one-on-ones and see what I do in the afternoon.
We're such an exciting couple. I'm pretty sure tomorrow will look like every other day.
What are we gonna watch on TV now? Oh yes. Well, let's do this. Oh well, let's watch that. Let's watch that.
That's right.
That's what's gonna happen. I think. I don't know. We'll see. We got to rest up because we're getting ready for our trips. We got to get ready.
I'm crocheting a sweater for myself, so I'd like to get it done before summer comes.
Before it gets to be 90 out, I better get this sweater knitted before summer. Crochet. Pardon me.
Knitting.
Pardon moi.
I learned how to knit. I learned how to knit first.
Yikes.
We learned how to do all that stuff early.
Not me.
No.
I watched my mother knit and crochet.
You didn't have to embroider a pillowcase?
No.
I did pillowcases when I was like 6. Honest to God, 6. I wouldn't give my child a needle when she was 6 for all the money in the world. And I was embroidering. See, it just shows you the difference in parenting.
You taught your daughter how to read. Reading and writing. No, that's what you taught her how to do.
I also knew how to read.
Yeah, but your daughter, you concentrated on reading and writing.
My dad had the old Royal typewriter in the basement. So I was learning how to type very slowly.
Learning the keyboard at a young age.
And the youngest of 5, like you have to read. You have to read to keep up.
You got it. Well, yeah, you're surrounded by siblings that are older, that are readers. You got to keep up with these kids.
So if you're not reading, someone's always reading.
If you're not reading by age of 5 or 6 and you got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds around the house, you're in trouble.
So. We have a lot of teachers in my family, so reading was an encouraged skill.
A very encouraged skill. And for our daughter, it has paid off handsomely. But yeah, me. Yeah, I had every opportunity to learn to read and write at 9 different schools in 10 years. and I didn't take advantage of it.
Languages.
In 2 languages, in 2 foreign countries, and everything else, and I let all that slip away. And all I cared about was running away from the bullies who were trying to beat me up. Boy, I really blew it.
You blew it.
I could have read those guys Shakespeare as they were pounding the crap out of me, calling me a Nazi and all that
You
stuff.
could have had the fight like they had in Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Sort of. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Can't we just get along? I don't think so. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jen, for being here. Uncle B busted. Oh, my God. Good morning, Jen. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Wavy gravy. I actually bought back yesterday on these GameStop calls at 8:05. Then I sold another for 10:35 for next Friday. Still holding. I'm trying to buy back at 777 or 735. Well, the stock's 149.41 down 129. We'll see what's going on here. Oh, my gosh. 100%. Let's get rich on Spire. Bradley is here. Good afternoon, people. Hope everyone's having a great day. SoFi is looking juicy. Indeed, it is. 746 a share, down 14 cents. The Dow is up 121, trying to hold a gain. The rest of the markets are not interested. The S&P down 21. NASDAQ down 136. Oil down $1 a barrel to 103. And that is what's happening there. Consumer sentiment rebounds in April as gas prices ease. The University of Michigan survey finds U.S. business inventories jump 1.5% in February. That's a good sign there. U.S. business inventories increased 1.3% in March. Businesses are buying inventory. Good sign. Very good sign. This economy is not going to necessarily a recession, but it's going to be a tougher time with higher inflation and interest rates. That is it. Gravy is wondering, Nazareth, you see the stock going to the 150s today. I feel like we could see it fall under 145 today. Nazareth saying, I think it's going to go sideways today, so it might end up green but small, 1 to 5%, but that's possible either way. Vilbus Twitter coming back up. We're at 47.41, up $1.56 at the moment, waiting to hear from the board of directors of Twitter as they soberly review the all-cash offer for $43 billion from Elon Musk to take Twitter over. Right now, the stocks company, the value of that company right now, $36.7 billion right now at a price of $47.45 a share. So this is a $6.3 billion add-on to the market cap value and $54 a share. Are they going to reject the offer of cash from Elon Musk to take the whole thing over? Let's see what's going on here. Steven Jackson, you know what? SoFi and Matterport are back at it, battling it out for $8. I remember when they were doing this in the 20s. I remember the 15s to the 20s. I do remember. Let's get going, you guys. Rocket Lab 832, SoFi 744, Matterport 719, GameStop 150.25. Let's see. Yeah. Rob, that's interesting. Nelson, Elon has taken over the world. Let's go, Pinky. Oh man. Wooly is saying here, for those of you selling covered calls, how much cash do you guys keep on hand in proportion to your stocks for rolling over and what not? That's a good question. Let's see. Yeah, Steinway wants to go public with an IPO. Not a very big company. They're not a multi-billion-dollar sales outfit. I really don't know why they want to bother. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's see. What else going on here? SoFi stinks. Come to Papa. SoFi stink bids are out there. My son received a scholarship to Michigan. How about that? And what else? Let's see here. I'd sure like to know what Noto stink bid is. Maybe it's 650. Who knows? Jen, how is the hip doing? Hello, Jen, from everybody. Happy Easter, Jen. She's hanging in there. She's hanging in. We'll still be traveling. Bobby, it's a long weekend. You can have ice cream for breakfast. It's a long weekend. Tesla's taking a dump, says Silica. Anyway, what else? The Credit Savage. Hey, Uncle Bruce, remember last week I said we'd have a red week? Well, look at that. My guess is people are selling stock to pay those taxes they procrastinated on filing until today. Uncle Sam wants to get paid. How about that? Interesting stuff. Nazareth is saying to Wavy Gravy, checked out to short on AMC. GameStop are being returned already. Shares that were checked out to be shorted are coming back already. This might actually go higher today. Nelson SoFi $6.99. End of the day is my guess. And John, I'm one of those procrastinators going to do my taxes at the break. And then AB is saying Spire's global latest presentation by Peter Platzer at the Jefferies on April 12th brags about their ARR numbers. What is ARR, and is that a good metric? I was trying to remember, is it to do with the number of accounts they have for managing satellites? I really don't know either. Anybody can figure that out, let me know. Annual or recurring revenue. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Bobby's thinking subscriptions. Annual recurring revenue could well be subscriptions. The same thing in plain English. Exactly. We're up 119 on the Dow. We're at 830 on Rocket Lab, down 7. SoFi 743 down 18. GameStop 150.34 down 36 cents. AMC up a penny at 18.54. Matterport 715 down 16 cents. ME down a penny at 358. Spire 193 up 4.9 cents. Let's call it 5 cents. ATIP at 183.5 down a half a penny. Smart Rent up 8 cents to 512. Pfizer up 4 and Hewlett Packard down 25. 37.69 buy territory right there. Twitter, which we're all watching carefully, 47.28 up $1.43, 3% higher at the moment. And we're going to keep an eye on that developing story as we are going to see the Elon Musk takeover attempt of Twitter for cash. Most interesting to see how this is all going to play out here. No question about it. What else is going on here? Oh, tons of stuff, and, well, tons of stuff. Thank you all so much for popping by here and seeing us today. Looking forward to this weekend. I've got a couple of one-on-one meet and greets, a couple of one-on-one sessions with some of you, and very much looking forward to doing those. If any of you would like to have a one-on-one session with yours truly, I am available Saturday morning, Sunday morning. You can always send me an email and let me know. I have a 10 o'clock opening for Saturday and Sunday, April 16 or 17. 10 o'clock Eastern time. And I got a 2 p.m. available Saturday and Sunday Eastern time. If anyone would like to make a reservation for that, we'll send you an invite and set you up. You let me know. 150.27 on GameStop right now. The volume today at the moment for GameStop, 527,000 shares, not heavy at the moment at all. The Dow up 106, trying to hold its gains. It is fluctuating quite a bit right now, up and down. All right. What else is going on? Thumbs ups today. 222 have come in. Thank you, everybody, for these 222 thumbs ups. You guys are great. Keep hitting those thumbs up buttons for us. We have 333 viewers, 222 thumbs ups. This is awesome sauce. Thank you, guys. Let's get through 250 and 300 if we can. Let the word out that we're following all kinds of deals. We're following SoFi at $7.42. We're following Twitter today at $47. We're following GameStop at $150.16. We're watching Goldman Sachs today at $323.50, up $1.54. We're watching all kinds of developments. Apple down $2 to $168. Microsoft down $4 to $283. Watching IBM pop $280 today to $128.94. Home Depot down $240 to $308.02. Lots going on in all directions. Just never-ending activity. We're watching interest rates fluctuate a lot. We saw the U.S. Treasury this morning bottom out at something like 2.66%. The U.S. Treasury right now is 2.78%. We are really watching a lot of whipsaw action. Also, look at the euro down to 107.88. This was 109 this morning for a brief moment. Now 107.90, and the British pound That was 133 not long ago, but now the British pound is sitting here at 130.43. Was it 131.4? Now it's 130.4. It's lost a penny against U.S. dollar trade. That's a big move in one day. But this is showing you what's happening here. There's a divergence going on right now. There's a divergence happening between the UK, Europe, and the USA, where the Federal Reserve wants to raise interest rates in America to bring inflation down. But in Europe, they're a lot closer to the action in Ukraine, and they're worried about the fallout of business being lost because Russia is being expelled from the Western world's economy. This is going to affect a number of European-based businesses. And so the bankers, the central bankers in Europe, they care about inflation, yeah, but they also care about the unemployment rate. And what they're not going to do over there, they're not interested in slowing down a fragile economy that isn't firing on all cylinders just because there's a temporary rush on inflation. They're going to play the game of, we're going to keep the economy rolling here in Europe. We're going to limit the job losses as much as possible because job losses will lead to lower inflation anyway. So we'll play this game through the job market by keeping rates low for now and attracting capital into Europe, attract businesses to the banker to borrow from here to build business up in Europe. So that keeps things rolling that way. And we'll deal with inflation at a later point in time once we get through this skirmish, if it is a skirmish in Ukraine, depending on how long this mess is going to continue to last. So there's a lot of external factors going on. The good news for those of you like YouTubers that are going to go on a holiday to Europe coming up, it just got cheaper to go to Europe. How about that? That's interesting. Yesterday, the Bank of Canada raised its bank rate by 0.5 point. All right. Boom, just like that. The Bank of Canada is indicating that they're going to do this for another 3 or 4 months in a row, and that within the next 6 months, the interest rate in Canada for the Bank of Canada rate will be approaching 2 to 2.5%, which means prime lending rates will be 3.5 to 4.5%. Mortgages will be 3.5 to 4% in Canada, where they were as low as 1.75% just a month ago. We're now going to see 3.5 to 4% mortgage rates instead. The United States mortgage rates are being quoted as high as 5% right now in certain areas, but that won't last. Competition has a way of bringing that down. Even with the U.S. fund rate, Fed funds rate going to 2 to 2.5, that's not going to make interest rates on mortgages stay at 5.5. Likely 4 to 4.5% will be the new normal for mortgage rates in the USA. It's going to take a few months to get there, but that's where it's headed. From what I see at the moment. There you go. Lots of external factors happening here today on a Thursday before Easter, as the Dow is holding a 119 gain and the S&P has dropped 19, NASDAQ down 137 at this point. These two markets are under pressure where the Dow is saying, screw you guys, we are going higher because we are bringing in earnings, because these bank earnings that are coming in, and now other earnings behind it are of Dow 30 leaders, the big boys. They're coming in here going, we're making money. And we're making money. And you can sell our stock if you want to. But where else are you going to go? And there is the question. If you own IBM stock, or if you own Apple stock or other stock, like IBM, for example, you're sitting on IBM stock right now. You're being paid by IBM in the form of dividends every 3 months. 5.2% is what they're paying you to buy this stuff at $128.87 a share. Where are you going? You're going to sell IBM at $128. Are you getting a better yield than 5.2% from another stock dividend? Is there a bond out there paying you better than 5.5%? Is there a banker in your hometown, in the state in which you live, if you're in America, or in Canada, anywhere, Europe, anywhere in Europe? Is there anywhere you can go in Europe and get 5.2% on your money? I don't think so. There's no institution that's offering that. IBM is saying, well, if you buy our stock, you're going to get 5.2% a year yield on your money because our dividends are safe. And they are. IBM is a cash cow generator. Why would those shares go lower? That's why they're up 282 today. The realization of, oh my God, we're making some nice money here. Microsoft is down $4. Yeah. But here's the problem. It only pays a 0.86% yield on its dividends. So folks who are buying Microsoft are not buying it for the yield on the dividend. They're buying it on a capital gain basis. And right now, the capital gain story isn't selling in investors' minds right now. Apple 168.50, price of the stock down $1.83. You buy Apple stock right now, you're getting 0.52% yield on your money. Rumor has it they're going to increase the yield, increase the dividend on their company stock. But I'm saying they might not. Why might they not do that? A little neighborhood known as Shanghai and surrounding Shanghai, out of the 100 largest cities in China, 90-something of them are under lockdown right now. You think Apple's going to be able to deliver all these on time, all the MacBook Pros on time, all the big-ass iPads on time? And they're not going to be able to do that. They're all made in China. They're all delayed. Apple is under pressure and will stay there. Okay, well, what else should you buy then? Well, if you buy Goldman Sachs stock at $323 a share, which is up $1.40, you're getting a 2.48% yield on your money. That's the yield on the dividend, 2.48%. That's better than any bank out there that I know. It's not as good as IBM, though, but it's a bank, and that's a pretty good return on your money. Whom else is paying a dividend? Look at Cisco. Buy that at $51.76, 2.91% yield on Cisco from their dividends. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. What else we got going on? Let's take a look here at another one. Home Depot. Buy it at $308 a share. Bring in a 2.45% dividend yield. These are Dow 30 stocks. That's why the Dow's up today. The higher rates are going, or as low as rates are staying in Europe, European money is coming into the U.S. market. Because bottom line is the Europeans didn't raise their interest rate today. So it's effectively at zero. The interest rate charged to banks in Europe by the Central Bank of Europe is zero. And so banks in Europe can lend money out at very low rates. And so a lot of investors are going, I'm not going to buy European investments. I'm not going to buy European bonds. I'm going to buy American bonds, or I'm going to buy assets made up of American dollars that yield a nice return on my money. And so they're buying IBM today. They're buying other stock. But interestingly, the NASDAQ and the S&P are down. They're down, and the Dow's up, but the other two are lower because the NASDAQ 100 that makes up the NASDAQ is not made of just dividend-paying stocks. They are made up of high PE multiple, high growth stocks. And so we have a little bit of pressure on those today. Interesting how this all plays out. Anyway, there you go. What else is going on? Is this AB is wondering, is Twitter a short-term hold because of the Musk effect, or is there something there? I can tell you this. The days of Twitter being a listed public company unto itself are quickly coming to an end. Something is telling me that a year from now, there will not be a Twitter stock trading anymore on the stock exchange, because I have a suspicion it will be a private company held by Elon Musk, option number one, or option number two, it might be acquired by a Google and be part of the Google family. It might be acquired by Oracle and be part of the Oracle stock family. Will it be a standalone, independently traded public company a year from now? I don't think so. So that, I think, is a certainty. So the question to me, for me, is simply, at what price per share does this company no longer be a listed company anymore? And I don't think it's going to be at $46 where it's trading at right now. It's $46.95. I don't think it's going to be there. I think it's going to take the high 50s to make this disappear. As of this moment, that's what I'm guessing. And so, yeah, there might be a $10 bill on the upside here for any investors who want to take a chance on Twitter. My thinking is you buy the stock now at $46.95 and then take a look at maybe writing a call option against it. Now, let me take a look while I can at what kind of call option we'd be talking about here. What are we talking about here, Willis? Let's take a look-see. If you're going to write, say, a July contract, what kind of fat premiums could you bring in on this thing? Here we go. Okay, you buy it at $47 a share ballpark, and you write a $50 call that expires on July the 15th. So that's, May, June, July. That's 3 months from now. The 50 will pay you $375, $385 right now in cash. So you'll be taking out at $53.85. So that would be a gain of $6.85 a share if you sell at 50. If you wrote a 55, you'd get about $2 in cash now, and that's getting you $57 for a $47 deal. But if you want to go further, maybe all the way to January 2023, that would be January the 20th. If you wrote, let's say, a $55 contract, you would get paid right now $420. That's $59.20 for a $47 buy. I like that $12 gain. That's not a bad deal. If you want to write a 60, you could get $3 ballpark. That gives you $63 for a $47 deal. Again, I'm assuming you get taken out. Now, I could be dead wrong because Elon Musk is offering $54 a share. You're writing a 60, you might only get $54 a share to take a walk. But here's the good news. You get to keep the $3 a share you just took in at $60, and you get 54 for your stock that you paid 47 for. So you've made 7 on the stock, 3 on the contract. You made $10 between now and when Elon closes this deal, if that's going to happen. Now, if Elon gets outbid by Google or Oracle or somebody else at $58 a share or 59, your contract will still disappear. You keep your $3, but you're getting 59 for a 47. That's 12 plus 3, $15 gain on a $47 investment. That's not a bad deal for the balance of this year, I don't mind that. Now, in theory, however, you could write a call right here that expires, as early as not today necessarily, you could, but how about next week, the 22nd of April? You want to write a call for next week? You could write maybe a $50 call and bring in $157 a share. You could write a $49 call that expires next Friday and bring in $1.90 and play this game going forward. Stock goes higher, you do a rollover. But if you're paying $47 for the stock and getting almost $2 for your contract, for a $49 contract, you're selling out of $51 next week. That's not a bad profit right there. You could write a April 29 contract if you want. Write an April 29 for $50. How about taking $240 a share? You want to write a $49 contract? How about $275 to $280 a share for a 49 that's going to die in 2 weeks? You want to write a $53 contract for 2 weeks, $1.40, $1.45. Want to write the 55? You'll get 1 to 103. If it stays under 55, it's worthless. You keep the entire dollar and keep writing. You can play that game all day long. Lots of potential here. 46.85 on the stock. And I have a suspicion that the board of directors will formally reject the offer as inadequate. And now the question is, can anyone else come up with a better offer so that Twitter buys itself time to find someone else? We call that a white knight, to take them out at a higher deal. Twitter might be shocked in a negative way when they reject Elon Musk's offer, look to the street to see if anyone wants to outbid him, and find that nobody wants to outbid him in any way, shape, or form. Or they could be double shocked where they mention to the street, we're not interested in being taken out. We're interested in a better deal than this, and they get a better deal. They get an offer for $58 a share, and then Elon comes back at $60 a share. There could be all that going on. I'll tell you, if that starts happening, you can bet your bottom dollar that the shares will now trade at a premium to these cash offers. So far, the stock's trading at a discount to the $54 offer by $8. This is where I think there's an opportunity here. But if a $58 bidder showed up, the stock will quickly go to $58.60, because now the thinking is, hey, there's a couple of buyers here. This is a bidding war for this thing. Who's got the billions to buy it up and grab it? I wonder. I wonder if Google will come out and say, we'll give you Google stock for it, equal to $60 a share. We'll give you $60 in Google stock. And guess what, Twitter people? You take this deal, you're going to get a 20-for-1 stock split, because Google is splitting 20-to-1. So how about that little deal? Maybe Amazon does it. Maybe Apple does it. Maybe Facebook does it. Maybe, who knows who'd be coming in here? It could be a bunch of the fangs coming in here and trying to pick off this little stock. It's only 40-odd, 50-odd billion dollars. It's chump change to these trillion-dollar companies. Think about this. Could be most entertaining. The stock price will run dramatically for sure. All right. Let's see what is going to happen, kids. So much fun. Ooh. Maybe Yahoo will buy them. I don't know about that. Well, let's see what's going on here. Here we go. Bradley, you know what? I got my first house, me and my partner, fixed my mortgage for 2.4% for 5 years. UK based, beautifully done. I know that I have a viewer here who's from Germany. I have a couple of them, and they talk to me about the mortgages they can get, that they've been able to get for the last couple of years in Germany. And there are mortgage holders in Germany with literally 0.15% mortgages guaranteed for 15 years. I mean, it is free money to buy over there. It is free. Personal loans at half a point, quarter point. Buy a car, please. Buy something. Renovate your house, anything. Take this money, borrow it, spend it, please, please. That is how cheap money is over there, because they want to keep that economy rolling. It's quite amazing. It's rather amazing. What else? Let's go. Yeah, that's right. Rob is asking a question about the fact that legendary Nintendo of America CEO Reggie Amy was brought on board at GameStop. He was on the board of directors last year. He quit after Cohen and his gang said that GameStop future plans are secret. He viewed that as a red flag, unworkable thoughts. Well, again, sometimes things leak out of the board of directors, and there are times where it's time to reveal what's going on, and times it isn't, and I guess that's how it's being run. And so the board of directors of GameStop are loyalists to Mr. Cohen and his philosophy, and that's the game. And you can walk or you can stay, and that is the deal. I guess you're not locked in. Anyway, what can I say? Marvelous is saying here, let Auntie Jen know that I saw a sticker yesterday, and I couldn't tell whether the sticker was until I got really close to it. It was a curling rock. How about that? Pretty cool stuff. Really cool Beano stuff. What else is going on here? Microsoft seems to be more appealing at the moment than Apple, as Microsoft is more software and impacted less by lockdowns, supply chain stuff. That's a good point. That is a very good point. And let's see. What else is going on here? GameStop just wants to run, says Nazareth. Any word on Spire and ATIP? Nothing today official. They're just cheap, though. They are just cheap. Bama Babe is saying that on CNBC, they're saying that the short sellers of Twitter are really regretting being short right now. They are not happy being short. I can imagine. It's only going to get worse. I keep hearing that Oracle wants to buy social media stuff, like when they floated buying TikTok. Why would a stuffy database company have any idea what they're doing running a social media company? Well, what you do is you don't fire those people. You retain them as a wholly owned subsidiary, and you add to them, and you refer to them for guidance on who else should we buy, and you build a division up like that. That might be it. I don't know. Coyote, 739 Phil on SoFi on a stink bed. Oh my gosh, 738 right now on SoFi. as we speak. The Dow's up 140 points. Rocket Lab up down 8. SoFi down 24 cents to 738 a share. And the low was 735 today on 11.4 million. Unbelievable bargain today on SoFi. GameStop up 87 cents to 151.57 right now. But the volume on GameStop, 773,000. Not that great. AMC down 31 to 1822, falling again. AMC has been positive, and it got to 1858, but it couldn't hold it. Now it's down to 1818, down 35 cents on 9.2 million. AMC volume is drying up big time. Would you really want to bid against the richest man in the world? I mean, really? Do you really want to do that? Let's see here. I'm down big on ME. I'm just shy of 1,000 shares. Could I be looking at writing covered calls or wait until the shares come back? You want to wait for them to come on. Matterport, 7-Eleven right now, down 20 cents. And on ME right now, ME that you're holding, 350, down 9 cents. They keep trying to get to 4. They keep trying to take a run and get to 4 and go over, and they can't hold it. But one of these days, they'll hit it and break it and go beyond. And they only need one of their drugs that they're involved with, dozens and dozens of different drugs with different entities. They only need one to break out. And you never know. One night, you go to bed and it's $3.50 a share. Open up the next day, it's $8.50 and rocking, because one of the drugs came through, the game changer, company changer, overnight. That's my thinking. Anyway, there it is. Do you recommend buying Google? Look, you can buy Google for the split. You can buy Amazon for the split. You can buy Tesla for the split. You can buy GameStop for the split. Knock yourself out if you want. No word on Spire, ME, or ATP. I don't have any official word today. There's no official announcements that I'm aware of. Unless somebody knows something, you let us know. I think that wasn't Spire doing a show and tell or something like that. They may have done one the other day. The stocks are just kind of hanging around here. Spire, ME, ATIP, ME 350, Spire 189, ATIP 182.5. Goldman Sachs just went negative. Gotta love a frothy market. There you go. Credit Savage. Damn it. I thought my 741 stink bid would be tops, and it goes back down. Drat. Spire has a new PR guy. That's right. Spire did announce the other day they have a new director of investor relations. And I've been noticing little spikes on Spire lately, just little attempts. It's got to get through 2 and break it. We're waiting for that. But still nothing incredibly new today. But it's Easter weekend. What do you want? There's nothing going to happen this week. I told you, today was a nothing day. Nothing's going to happen. I got 500 SoFi 737. I'll take it, says Alexander. Thank you, Suge Knight. Hopefully they'll start letting us know when something new's going on. Oh, they will. They will talk. Believe me, they will talk. They can't wait to talk. I think ATIP, one of our viewers was saying something this week on ATIP, if any of you remember that. Had a friend of theirs that got hired by ATIP as a therapist, and that they're offering the therapist 60 appointments a week. 60 different people a week for physiotherapy appointments for one physiotherapist. That's how busy they've got. That's how much work they have for all the new hirees that they're adding on. ATIP is drowning in business. They're just short of therapists. They've added a bunch and they're adding more. So the numbers are rising there, but they haven't near topped out. It could take them 2 years to fully catch up to the demand, and it'll only get worse. There will be more demand as time goes on. So many people have put off physiotherapy treatments in the last 2 years. There's a lot of catching up to be done here. I tell you, ATIP is going to make a ton of money, but the market doesn't know it. We know it because we're on top of that stock, but we're not, quote, the market. We're part of the market. Anyway, there you go. If that guy makes that stock go up $1, he makes his paycheck for the year. Exactly. I also picked up SoFi today at 739. Vernon, well done. Giotti, 735 filled on SoFi. Oh, nicely done. SoFi right now, 736 a share. Nick, Uncle Bruce, my average on 100 Twitter long, 48.87. I wrote a covered call for April 29, $49 strike for 262. I love it. I love that. Yeah, Nick, way to go, buddy. You bet. You betcha. That's exactly what you want to do all day long. Yeah, Bobby, a $5 stock and a turkey, Uncle Bruce. That's what it is. It's a turkey. Oh my gosh. Dow was up 143, Sixtero down 17, Rocket Lab down 8, SoFi down 25 cents to 736. GameStop 152.28 up 158, AMC down 39, Matterport down 19, ME down a dime, Spire up 1.5, ATIP down 1.5, SmartRent down 3 cents. Pfizer up 52, Packard, Hewlett Packard down a dime right now. Man, IBM up 297, Microsoft down $4, Apple down 190, Goldman down 41 cents, Cisco down 26, Amazon down 44, Tesla down 34, Google down $32. That's where we're at, guys. We're following all kinds of stuff on a very quiet Thursday before Easter. Nothing's supposed to happen today. Absolutely nothing's supposed to happen today. Yeah, okay. We'll see what's going on. 10-year Treasury note. The yield moves up above 2.7% after the Fed Governor Williams says half-point hike is reasonable for May. No surprise. We've all bought into it. We all believe it. We all know it's going to happen. Oh, my gosh. Credit Savage Twitter, TWTR stink bid. A 46.99 gets filled. 100 shares. Speculation play. Let's see what happens. Uncle Bruce, 520. Covered call for 350 stink bid. Sound good, or should I wait? So thinking of a stink bid at $3.50 on Twitter. The question is, what is the strike price? Let's take a look here. It used to be a lot easier. Not that easy anymore. Let's see. That was, where was I on that comment? Here I am. Uncle Bruce 520. That's May 20th, 350. Okay, let me take a look at what he might be trying to write. May 520. Here we go. May. There we are. The 520. There we go. Okay. Trying to write for 350 offer. Are you writing a 49 or a 50? I'm wondering what's going on. He might be trying to write a 49. Not sure, or he might be writing a $50 call. Again, he has to let me know on this. Looks like Goldman Sachs has too much Russian exposure and chickens that come home to roost, says Credit Savage. Bobby, hey, this is weekend. Turkeys can be given out by airplane in Cincinnati. Adventure Duncan, Goldman Sachs down 5%. Bobby, or what was that? Thanksgiving. Alexander, was you say nothing is supposed to happen, but last time I checked, I'm making money, laugh out loud, buying back calls with pennies on the dollar. See, there's opportunity in them there hills, isn't there? There's all kinds of opportunities in them there hills. Credit Savage, you bought the stock at $47, $46.99. If you're going to write 49s for 350, I love this deal too. I think it's great, really great. Additionally, Adventures, I think Goldman Sachs down 0.05%. It's not even a tenth of a percentage point. Turkey time, says Coyote. Turkey time. 113 gain on the Dow. SoFi 734 right now. At the low of the day, 734. We're right there. The low of all time, 724 of SoFi's all-time low. We're at it. We're here. GameStop 150, 153 down or up 83 cents. Twitter, oh my gosh. We're having fun with Twitter here. This is getting more and more interesting all the time. I think there's opportunities there. I actually do. If you're able to handle the stock, might be the way to go. I got to just move up my Twitter code here. Twitter quote. There we go. Get it to the top here. There we go. 46.88 up 103 on Twitter as it's backing off, becoming an even better buy on this $54 cash offer. Like I said, I believe that the board will reject it as wholly inadequate, well below what they think they can get it to go to with their incredible guidance that they're going to offer. Yeah, okay, whatever. If that's what you say, 48.50 was a high, 46.56 the low, 46.83 right now on Twitter. It's a bargain here with a $54 cash offer in front of it. I don't have a problem with this deal. We'll see what's going on. Oil has pulled back a little bit, down 90 cents right now to 103.35. It had a 2-week high going this morning or yesterday, but it's pulling back just a little bit there. Bill was saying, my only pause on writing Twitter cover calls right now is that the possible movement after the board meeting is over. Well, like I said, if they reject it, the stock might go down $1 or $2. But on the other hand, we have to just wait for the other shoe to drop. And what is that? A counter offer. Something else. Mark Cuban tweet says, Jennifer, Adventures Duncan, any thoughts on CYXT? Sooner or later, we're going to find out what the deal is on that thing. Sorry, Uncle Bruce, I'm writing a 50. Okay, good. Even better. If you can get 350 for a 50, even better move. Well done. Nelson, bought back my SoFi April 2023, 12 and a half cover call. My cherry is broken. Laughing out loud. Benjamin Duncan, Bed Bath Beyond down almost 19% in 1 month. Nelson, I made a 50% profit. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Bobby says, hooked for life. There you go. Is that how you do it, Uncle Bruce? That's one of the ways to do it. Yeah, you kind of write something for a high price and buy it back at a lower price and say, thank you, may I have another? Yes, yes, yes. A sweet baby Jesus, 8 pounds, 6 ounce, sweet baby Jesus. Well done. John, noise, says, he says to Nelson, nicely done. Yeah, welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the option writing game where profits are being handed out left, right, and center. You only have to understand how it works. Check out my website. I don't know how much easier it can be. If you're interested in learning from a guy who'll tell you in plain English how it all works, go over here, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Head up to the top corner up there where it says classes. On that little tab, and you will see all 12 classes that I have so far created on how options work, what they are, how they move, how you create them, how you uncreate them, how you sell them, how you buy them back, how you stink offer them, how you stink buy them back, how you can understand which contracts you really want to write and not write. We talk about GameStop options. We talk about options on Apple, IBM, SoFi, Matterport, all kinds of options. It's a live class that I recorded with folks who are right here. These guys commenting. Most of these guys were in the class. They're asking questions while I'm doing it. Jen is the moderator of the class, telling me, I got a question here from the gang. You just said this, this, and this, and they want clarification. And you'll see that. These are 2-hour classes, 1 hour, 40 minutes, 2 hours each. You can buy a class for $100. Buy one, buy two, buy all of them, whatever you want. Watch them as many times as you like. Learn how to write stock options. This market is primed for it, absolutely set up for it. And people can make money here. And it's happening more and more every week are doing this. And what can I say? There you go. Fantastic. Kareem, Uncle Bruce, if you want out of shares with a small profit, but the stock is trading lower than your averages, sell a call for a premium and strike the profit you want. Look and get exercised. A good idea. That's another idea too. Yeah, sure is. Yeah. Nelson, a cover call class paid for now. Thank you very much, Uncle Bruce. Poor Man Cover Calls, my next class to watch. I like learning stuff. There you go. There's several classes on that. I think number 8 where you start. 8, 11, and 12 at least you want to look at. Take your time, pick them up, and figure out how it's done. Welcome to the party. Absolutely welcome to the party. Now I know how to write call options. Ho, ho, ho. Hans Gruber hasn't got a chance to stop you kids from making money. Not a chance. The Nakatomi Tower is yours for the taking. And you don't have to worry about Johnson & Johnson down at the bottom there. You're going to be just fine. 97 to a 100-point gain on the Dow. Twitter at 46.74, up 89 cents. Opportunity knocks. You can buy 100 Twitter and write calls against the stock. Taking insurance, that gives you insurance against a down dip, but also can give you a nice upside if you write, say, 50s. If you want, oh my goodness, write 49s, 50s, whatever. Get ready to have some fun. It's going to be active for a bit here. Nicely done. Never a dull moment. We've got Cyxtera at 12.92 down 16. We got Rocket Lab down a dime at 8.28. We have SoFi 7.36 down 26. We have GameStop at 151.78 up $1.08. It's not going anywhere. Got AMC at 18.10 down 43 cents. Matterport 705 down 26. ME down a dime. Spire up a penny, 189. Hycroft Mining down 9 cents. We got ATIP down 1.4 cents. Smart Rent down 4 cents, 4.99. Pfizer up 74 today. Hewlett Packard up 2. Robinhood down 20. Vantic Vectors down 4. Home Depot down $1.85. IBM up 2.26. Microsoft down 4. Apple down $2. Goldman up down $1 at the moment, 3.20. Cisco down 20 cents. Facebook down $2. Amazon down 41. Tesla down 35. Google down 38. Bed Bath Beyond is down 47 cents to 17.29, trying to come back a bit. BlackBerry down 6 cents to 6.79. Royal Caribbean up $1.04 to 83.01. Target up 2.80. JP Morgan down 1.20. Costco down is up 3.40. Walmart up 54 cents. Nvidia down $5. American Airlines up 12 cents to 9.07, but slipping back. And Moderna down 3.36 to 1.66 a share at the moment. And that market in the Dow right now up 116 points, defying the market. Everyone else is down, but not the Dow. We have losses on S&P down 16.6. NASDAQ down 152.9 at the moment. And that is the deal. At the moment, oil down 79 cents a barrel. And there you are. All right. Nelson Party Hat is on for the weekend. Bobby, now enjoy explaining what you did during family meal this weekend. Splair, I think I take a break. Happy Easter to you all in case we don't see you later. Splair, you take care, buddy. Golden Bagel Sack looking good, says Duncan. Nelson, a happy Easter to you. Bobby Atkinson, I guess I'm hating something. I'm not sure what that means. Anyway, there you go. SoFi 736 down 25 cents. What can I say? Kent, $150 GameStop. April 29 for $1,100 or better, out of the money. 160s for $715. I'm thinking the 150s to write. What do you think I should do, Bruce? Should I write the April 29 GameStop call for $1,100? Or should I write the 160s for $715? Which would you recommend? Thoughts on that? Well, let me take a look at something out of my curiosity stack right here, right now. We are talking about a contract that will die in 2 weeks plus a day, the 29th of April. And there we are right there. Let's just see what's going on here. If you're going to write something like that, let's see what we have here. Okay. You could write 155s down the middle, you could try to get maybe 925 to 950, something like that for those. Not quite 1,100, but better than 700. Out of the money, for $2 or $3. Right now the stock's 153, so let's be cautious at this precise second in time. Stock just jumped to 120, 153, 20 something. If the stock wants to jump to 153, 155, then 160s. If the stock wants to jump to 156, 57, for whatever reason, I don't know if it will, but if it did in the next 15 minutes, you might want to look at 165s. They will jump up to 9, and maybe that's the way to go. I think you want to be ahead of the stock. So I would be, Kent, I would be going with the out of the money scenario. Make it all premium to you, giving you more upside protection. Knowing that the stock can give up $10 at any time. Look, if this stock wants to inch up a little bit right now, it's not 154 right now. It wants to inch up, you let it do it, and then take advantage of the fat premium, 154.29. So right now I'd be looking at 160s, maybe even 165s for the 29th. That far out, I might pull the string that hard. You can write 162.50s as well, by the way. So you can go 155s, 157.50s, 160s, 162.50s, 165s, 167.50s, 170s, and then 175, 180, 185. So you look at a 250 higher strike price as another thought, letting the stock inch higher, 154.19 right now. 5 to 750 ahead of the market. Nothing wrong with that, with a nice premium. Thank you very much. much. I would take that deal. Keep me posted how it's going to go. Nelson, Bobby, I'm telling everyone, even if they don't want to hear it or don't understand, I am making money writing options. Thank you, Nelson and Uncle Bruce. Blair saying, Bobby, that is the way. Laugh out loud. Credit Savage. Okay, Uncle Bruce, some little fish biting on my Twitter. $50 covered call expiring for $3. Got the stock for $46.99. I'm okay with that trade. Rock and roll. You're locked in for a $53 takeout if they take you out. Is there something wrong with that deal? 47 to 53 in a week or two? There's nothing wrong with that deal. On the other hand, if the shares want to back off, if the board formally rejects Elon and it goes to 44 a share, those calls will shrink. You'll buy them back for $1.50, $1.80. Say thank you, may I have another. Let the stock creep back up again, right again. There could be several rights in your future here, my friend, on this stock. Very good stuff. Tiff, I'm done for work for the day. Let's ring in a nice long weekend with Uncle Bruce and a cold drink for adults. And Bobby saying day drinking. What a great idea. Rob, 154 GameStop. Let's go. GameStop 154.15 right now. It's 5 p.m. in Germany, so it's okay with me. Let's do that. And Nelson, how many SoFi contracts at $7 expired today? I'm putting in Stinky for $6.97. Again, I don't know if you should be doing stink bits for today expired. I'm not sure if that's what you want to do. Not quite sure what's going on there. What else is happening here? Nelson, Rob is saying, bring a whiteboard to a family dinner and explain it to them. Wooly, Bruce, in your experience, is it normally better to write further expirations for more premium or frequent smaller premiums at sooner expirations? Well, this is the dilemma that people have all the time with writing calls. We get this all the time. If we have a relatively calm and quiet stock that doesn't move dramatically, like maybe a Cisco, you might want to write a 1 month call, just out of the money a little bit for a premium. On the other hand, you have a GameStop situation. You can write a call that expires today. You can write a 155 right now on GameStop that expires tonight, and stock's 153.75. You know, if you get $1 or $2 for it, it's all yours if it doesn't go to 155 or higher. This is why I'm just talking to Kent here about writing a call for a couple of weeks out. A couple of weeks out on GameStop. What do you do? I want money. Kent is thinking, I want premium. I want a lot of premium cash. Which one should I write? And how far out of the money should I go? And how far down the line should I go? Now, you can write a GameStop call for next January if you want to. You'll get a big, fat, juicy premium on that contract. You will, but you will now wait 7 months. You have to divide the 7 months into the price of that contract to find out on a weekly basis what is your return going to be on this premium, assuming the stock stays kind of where it's at. On the other hand, writing a 2-week call, a little out of the money, there might be a very nice return on a daily basis. You might have like a 10-day contract. It's got 10 days to live. You divide the premium by 10 days and go, oh, I just sold this for $12. It dies in 10 trading days. That's $1.20 a trading day coming to me. It's $120 a contract. I'm writing 10 contracts. That's $1,200 a day. All of a sudden you're going, yeah, okay, $1,200 a day. I like this kind of depreciation. I can really go for this. But I'm prepared to risk that the stock might go up on me. And I won't get all $120 a day. Maybe I'll only get 70 cents a day, or maybe I get a $500 profit and I have to do a rollover and I'll make it then as my stock is going up in value. I mean, either way, there's a lot to consider. Mr. T. Hey, Brucey, just popping in to say hi. Hope you and Jen are doing well. We're great. We're hanging in there. Thank you. 1 day and 1 year, almost the same on APPX. Alexander, Uncle Bruce, something I've learned as I've gotten better at this is to get closer to in the money on my covered calls. And I like to do 2 weeks instead of 1 week on Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. In this market, it's just like printing money. And the thing, too, that I tell people about is why don't you write a call that has 3 weeks left to live, but buy it back in the last week to 10 days it has left. In other words, you're taking the shrinkage from 3.5 weeks until 1.5 weeks. That's the window you want the shrinkage. You leave the rest on the table. You forget about the 3 month ago pricing. You do that. There's also that. Alexander, getting $10 a share for 2 weeks on Goldman Sachs means it has to move and hold a $10 move. If it does that, I just roll anyway. If it's going to do that, I'll roll it. Exactly. Alexander, you got it. You absolutely are nailing this. And I'm hopeful that because you guys are watching my classes, you are picking this up and understanding the subtleties about the options market. It isn't simple. It's complicated, but it can be done in a simple way. And doing some smart option trades and conservative, proper option writing techniques that I like to promote, I think you're upping your odds of making serious money very nicely. And there are a number of you that are here that are watching live or watching me during the day at double the speed, or watching me over a weekend. You'll watch a show or two. You are picking up these subtleties quickly from other viewers right here, the family, and you're utilizing them. Some of you definitely hire me on a one-on-one. You want to get together with me one-on-one and just confirm your thought process, and I'll throw you a couple of curveballs to also put into your calculations. You go, oh, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, that's good. And you realize, geez, I hired this guy for an hour for $400. And in 15 minutes, the guy gave me 10 grand worth of ideas. I mean, geez, this is a good return on my money. And that's what I'm happy to do. I'm happy to see you generate some really nice coin. And we love the donations. And there you go. All righty. What else is going on here? Shez, Alexander, I'm doing the same with Goldman stock. You must be going further into money than me, as I'm getting between $5 and $6 a share. Alexander says, I got 960 last Friday selling an expired call. It's expiring 422. It dies next Friday. And yeah, it's good stuff. You got to love this, kids. Thank you all so much for being here today. Wow. How many thumbs ups now? We've got 246 thumbs ups. And Mr. T is saying, you know what, buddy? I've been a member for 13 months now of your channel. Thank you, Mr. T, so much for your continued loyalty to this channel and the gang here. We love having you, and I'm so glad that you were able to join us. It is fantastic. I wish I could show your message on the screen, but I can't, because this is a message through the YouTube system. You're a member of this channel through the YouTube join button system. And I am only able to show off comments from Mr. T right here through my StreamYard comments. When you type something in, I can show this off. What's making GameStop climb on this low volume? Mr. T wants to know. I just get the impression that the stock is trying to find a new home. There were people who were caught short, caught long, and now we're trying to sort it out. But unless we keep getting volume increases, this cannot last. And we have seen this happen too many times, where after a little while, soft volume leads to sudden drops. And we'll see what's going on. Credit Savage, who's going to bring a whiteboard to dinner? No, man, you just go on your phone and start playing Uncle Bruce Class #1, all cast, so that the TV show your phone during the dinner. And would you look at that, free money? Sit down at the table, start lesson #1, show everybody. No, don't show them the class. Make them buy it. Help me out here. Don't give it away for free. Keep it a secret. Rob, just move my offer to 11.45 instead of 11.45 on a covered call option. It's under review at the broker, and I cannot go back to change it. Wonder if they'll let it pass. Laughing out loud. It's open, Al. It's open. Alexander, credit, asking my family. This is something I would do. I am the ranter lecturer of the family, says Alexander. Both solicited and unsolicited. The credit savage. That's all you have to say, and say to those who ask me how I make money without working. Here it is. Watch this guy's classes. Rob, hey, if someone wants to market to buy this $114,500 a contract, who am I to stop them, right? I mean, come and buy it from me. Mr. T, my pleasure, buddy. Sorry I can't be around as much as I used to be. Life gets in the way sometimes. Glad to see the familiar faces here You got it, Mr. T. Always love having you. I can't wait to get to the UK. Really looking forward to getting over there. We would love to do a meet and greet in London if this can be pulled off. Shez, Alexander, what strike? Olivia, virtual hug. Credit Savage, Alexander, dude, I know how it is. I lose everything at getting paid for something you already own. They lose it. They just don't get it. What do you mean you're selling something you don't have and you're going to buy it back later? I don't understand. I don't get it. And then that's the end of the call. That's the end of the chat. I just basically say, don't waste your time and breath trying to convince somebody that doesn't want to learn. And at the end of the day, you give them the info, say, watch this guy. Why don't you watch him for a couple of days and then decide whether he knows what he's talking about or whether it makes sense to you the way he's explaining it to you, and then go from there. Lame Duck, anyway you look at it, you make more writing weekly, but have to watch it closely. Hope the stock doesn't take off, buy back with a profit. That's why this is a new full-time job for people. This is how you do it. Mr. T, sounds great, man. Hope to catch you again soon. Bobby, a poor man cover call. I rented shares and I'm making dollars off them. Huh? What? You what? You don't own the stock, but you write options against the stock because you bought an option on the stock? Huh? How does that work? I don't understand. Lesson number 8. Probably more conservative of a strategy to write calls expiring soon. Could be. Obama Babe, I went to pay my property taxes yesterday. And the clerk said, you always look so happy. I replied, it's because I make money writing covered calls. She gave me that deer in the headline look. Here's my money for the property taxes. I got to go. I got to go see Uncle Bruce and write some more covered calls. Thanks for your service to the community. I really appreciate it, but maybe it's best that clerk doesn't understand how to write covered calls because somebody won't be there to collect your taxes on behalf of the town and you'll go into arrears. You don't want that. Because the computer is going to put you in arrears. So you got to pay. Coyote loves that story. Loves it. Bobby, did you go to college to learn that, Mama Babe? Did you go to college? Where did you go to learn how to write covered calls? Mr. Dr. Daddy Lappin, Nelson, Bama Babe, that's funny. That is a funny story. You got to love this. Uncle Bruce, after 15 minutes, I just say, okay, that's enough. Let's eat. You can see the old man on YouTube Monday through Friday, Laugh on Out Loud. Watch him yourself and figure it out whether you want in or not. And that's it. That's exactly it. There's a reason that there's a small, tight group here that do what we do. We are unique. We are not the majority. We will never be the majority. You kids out there that are writing call options, you are in the minority of the market. You have to know that. I know many of you do know it, but those of you who are just hanging around listening to us talk away here, option writers are few and far between, and they are a unique breed of investor. And you are going against the grain of traditional market philosophy, and that is buy low, sell high. The problem with the market philosophy of that is people buy what they think is low, and they never sell because they get greedy and they don't understand what a profit should be. They don't know what profit to take, and so they hold through the high and then back down to the low, and they watch it go to nothing, and they go, this market is rigged. It just doesn't work for me. Whereas an option writer, you have to sell first. That's the catch. You have to sell your call as your first transaction. And so you are determining what your profit margin is going to be by limiting your upside. You're limiting your upside by selling a call at a set price. But when you get that set price, you have the luxury of knowing, I now know what my profit can be on this deal. Now I know. I wrote that call for $11.50. It's $1,150. It's in my account right now. That money's sitting there. All I have to do is decide how much to give back to the market, if any of it. And that's the power position you're in. You've got the cash in your account right now, and you're the one doing this, going, well, why should I be in a hurry to buy this thing back right now? That is your philosophy. As a casino owner, you're not taking slot machines off the floor. You're never taking slot machines off the floor. The only thing you're doing with your slot machines, if you're a slot machine operator, is you're changing the payouts. You're changing the light bulbs to make them look different. You're calling the game something else by putting in a new panel in the front. It's the same machine with the same slot odds as before. It's just called GameStop, or it's called Goldman Sachs, or it's called Apple, or whatever the name on the option is. You're just changing the contract, and you are setting the payback rule. And hey, if the machine is available until Friday as an Apple contract machine, great. But starting next Tuesday, Wednesday, this machine is going to be called GameStop. And it's only going to be running for a week and a half or maximum 3 weeks. But I might shut it down in 2 weeks. I'll decide when to shut this game down and re-trigger it to another game. The option, the slot players, they just walk around the floor until they find a machine they like. That's all they're doing. But they're walking around with money in their hands. They got the cash to play your slot machine. You dictate the rules of the game. I love this. And you are the minority. That's why in Vegas, there are millions of people a year that come to Las Vegas to gamble, and there are hundreds of casinos where you can go and gamble. And in all of Nevada, there might be thousands of casinos where you can go and gamble for tens of millions of gamblers, 100 million gamblers a year, driving in and out, driving through, flying in and out, flying through. And there it is. The casinos are a minority of the players, but they are necessary to allow the business to exist. And that's where you come in. You're option writers for the millions of option gamblers that are out there. And all you're looking for is the gambler that is a real crazy gambler. In other words, an option buyer that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And when you offer a contract at a stink offer and get hit, you're the one going, I can't believe I sold this thing for this much money. I can't believe it. It's incredible. Now you're putting in a stink buy order to buy it back at a super cheap price. And you guys keep telling me from time to time, I got hit. I bought back that contract. It was $1 lower than 5 minutes ago. I can't believe in 5 minutes it did that. Well, somebody put in a market sell order and you got hit. Congratulations. This is easy money from the uneducated. They're coming in every day. Millions of them are coming in. And you can make money off of very smart option players as well. I mean, you don't need to make money off of the idiots. You can make money off of the very intellectual option players. You're making money off of hedge funds. You're making money off of mutual funds. It's okay. They're making money off of somebody else. They're just paying some of it back this way. It's all good. Option writers, welcome to the club, you guys. Yes, we are not the majority. We are the simpletons who say neat. That is Bobby. Trust me. I haven't figured out how to sell this underlying for a profit. Michael, day 3 of trying to sell Rocket Lab options. Closest I've gotten for my offer was 2 cents. The credit, it's a hoot whenever someone asks what I do for a living. How do I pay the bills? By just staying at home with the kids. And I say, I live off my investments. I feel like such an elitist. We're the 1%, guys. We are the 1%. I am your daddy, Credit Savage household husband. I hear you. It's been a strange transition. Coyote house husband is a dream. Zach, I'm thumbs up number 252. Good morning, Bagel Gang. Thank you, Zach, for hitting that thumbs up button for me. And all of you who have been hitting that button and telling us what number you are. We love you guys. 353 now have come through here on the thumbs ups meter. Thank you for hitting that thumbs ups button. Rob, the Credit Savage house husband. If you can't beat him, join him. Zach, hey, man, what's going on? Thank you all for popping in here and seeing us. Hope you're making money today. There's money to be had. Absolutely. Twitter right now, 46.46, up 62 cents. We're down a dime on Rocket Lab. We're down 28 on SoFi. The bargain continues. People are picking it up. GameStop 154.64, up 394 today. We hit a high today on the GameStop of 155.94. We almost got to 156, couldn't quite do it. Now we're at 154.38. So we're backing up just a little bit from that high trade, 155.94. $1.60 lower approximately. Credit Savage, I can't even describe the feeling I had when I watched my kids laugh and play in Waikiki at the beaches. And I sat on the sand buying back and selling covered calls. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Folks, buy the classes, please. There you go. This is the top of the sphere right there. There is no better feeling, whether you're on a holiday in New York City, or you're on a holiday in Canada, you're in a holiday in Hawaii, you're going to Jamaica. You got internet, you're in business. You're in Europe on a holiday, you're in business. You're in Asia, you're in business. As long as your eyeballs are open when the market is open, you're in business. And there is nothing better than that story right there, or being able to trade while you're sitting at a Starbucks, having a coffee or a libation, whether you're at a sports bar somewhere, whatever you're doing. I mean, talk about the perfect life. You're sitting in an In-N-Out, having a double, and you're trading options. I mean, and outside are palm trees. This is a good life. That's California for you, and man, there's nothing better than that. I tell you, for me, nothing better than to get these kinds of comments where viewers are scoring profits off of something that you've been talking about for months and months and months, and the reactions come back at you, the echo effect. It's fantastic. It's exciting, and really makes it worth a creator's while to come on the air and talk to you about it. It's fabulous. Cam, number 253, good day, Bargoon Hunters. Zach Nelson, good morning. Tiff, I reverse heard about options before the GameStop mother of all short squeezes. I never heard about options. I had never heard about options before GameStop mother of all short squeeze. I did not understand them until I found this channel. The idea of writing a covered call blew my mind. I have no idea why no one knows about this. And again, it's a reverse trading strategy that 90% of people can't get through their heads comfortably. They just and I don't I'm not angry at people that don't do this. It is just life as it is. There are people out there who buy and sell houses for a living, and they can't understand why everyone else doesn't do it, because they do it successfully. There are people who buy and sell stock. There are people who short stock and buy it back. There are option writers. There are currency traders. There are people who make pizzas for a living and can't understand why others won't make pizzas for a living. It's easy money. There are people who have hot dog stands in downtown cores around the world selling hot dogs or bratwursts, and they make money doing that. Can't understand why others won't do it. It's all what turns you on and what works for you. This channel is a specialized channel. There's no question about it. I am not the everyday stock market guy channel. If I were, I'd have computer screens behind me, or flashing in front of me, and I'd be a little thing down here in the corner somewhere, and you'd be looking at all kinds of charts, and I'd be showing you all kinds of quotes, and I'd be just telling you what's going on without telling you anything that's going on. That would be like everybody else. But I'm not that guy. I'm the other guy. I'm the guy that doesn't trade. I'm the guy that has no positions. I'm the guy that just comments and tries to keep on top of what's going on. And I'm the guy who's zeroing in with you, for you, to help you write options. And I am probably extending your careers in the brokerage business by years and years and years, because instead of you one day getting caught with a hot stock and buying at the all-time high, and a week later it drops 80% and you're wiped out, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to get you into that habit. I'm the opposite guy, saying, why don't you write a call option against that crazy trading stuff and cash in on these stupid premiums? Why not write options on all kinds of stuff? And instead of writing options on just highfalutin trading stocks, why don't you write options on the everyday stuff, like the Dow 30 industry stocks? Make money this way. And if you can get into enough volume of contracts, like, for example, you can write 10 calls on GameStop, and they're $9 each when you sell them. You buy them back for $5 each. A couple of days later, you've made $400 a contract times 10. That's $400 a contract. That's $4,000 in a couple of days. And you have monthly requirements to live of $5,000-6,000 a month. You just about made your month right there in one trade. If I can help you get into this game where eventually you are writing 10 calls on Apple, 10 on Microsoft, 10 on GameStop, 10 on Goldman Sachs, 10, you're writing 50 calls, 10 at a time on 5 different stocks. That's all you're watching, and the market in general. And you're making 5, 6, 7,000 a week in average returns. 300,000-400,000 a year is what you're bringing in, and you're doing it from where? Wherever you are, at home, at your winter home, your summer cottage, wherever there's internet, you're doing it. You're in an RV, traveling for a year across the United States or North America, and next Mexico, Canada. Way to go! You can do this on the road. You can do this from airport lounges. You can do this from anywhere on the planet, anytime you want. And if that isn't freedom, I don't know what is. I don't know what else there is for economic freedom. This is fantastic, and it is needed. The option market needs option writers. Otherwise, it doesn't exist. If there were only option buyers and sellers, there would be no options market. Their writers are required, and this is where you come in, offering liquidity. Beautiful stuff, guys. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Hope you guys are having fun here. And let's see what's going on. Zach saying, "Hey, buddy, I didn't respond. Sorry, just reported. Popped in here for a live for a thumbs up. It was work. I didn't see a hello. I just saw the replay." Bobby, traveling next year, and I'll purposely hold off writing just so I can do it on the beach. John, sorry, $1 strike. Tiff, and I only made small bugs on my covered call. Only small, what's that? Still need some up moves in our specs. What else is going on here? Rob, 150 for next Friday for $10. Do you think that's a good write? Writing a GameStop 150 for 10 for next Friday. I don't know if that's a good idea. You could certainly, you can do it. I mean, the stock's up $5 today. I mean, certainly by next Friday, it can easily fluctuate to 145 to 160, 140 to 160. Easy. You can do it, yeah. But you can also write for the Friday after 155 and probably get 10. You might play that game. Let's see. Zach, I got to help my kid with catch up on homework. Take care, everybody. Duncan, enjoy that time, Zach. Rob, Bobby, don't need to hold off. You can just write before you leave and buy back for profit on the beach. That's true. Yeah, let's see. Bobby, yeah, right before getting on the plane, buy back when you get off the plane. Or pick up an internet package on the flight and do it on the flight. That can be done too. Let's see. I'm getting new front door and French doors for my pool, says Duncan. There you go. Been waiting for months now. Tiff, and every time I explain to a friend about this, they just look at me and they don't get the opportunity that's behind cover call. It makes sense. 1 in 10 people in the market will get it and even consider it. 1 in 10. 1 in 20 will actually do it. 5% or less of market participants will even think of writing. It's 1 in 20. It's very few and far between. You are among a very select group. If I were just telling you to buy stock and buy options and flip and day trade wonder stocks and all that, I'd have 5,000 people here right now watching me instead of 250. But I have 250 here who are option writers, who are thinking of option writing, who are liking what this is about. And you're the select group. And that's what it is. It's truly true. When I started this channel back in January, a year ago, we were doing 25,000 views in a 3-hour show, 15,000 views, 10,000 views, 20,000 views, all the time. And I would be talking to 4, 5, 6,000 people at the same time. And most of them, 90% of those folks, were all looking for the one quote from me that said, buy this stock right now, it's going to go up 10 times in value by tomorrow. That's all they were waiting for. And they waited and they waited, and then they were bugging me. When is it going to happen? Why don't you like AMC? Why can't you? Why are you such a shill? Why are you such an insider? Since I wasn't giving him the hot tip of the week, I was obviously the enemy. because I wasn't giving him the hot tip of the week. And then I began to talk about options, and then I went into option writing, and I decided, you know what, I'm going this direction right here. I'm not going to play this, try to hype everybody into a hot trade. That's just ridiculous. I never wanted to do that in the first place. I'm going to purposely go over this direction here, and I will build a core following of followers that are really into this one area of the market that is really exciting. But you had to be educated on it first. I didn't have 50,000 to 100,000 people that knew about options when I started talking about options. I had to talk about the options and get into it and review it with you and then do the courses. And over a 6-month time frame, the following evolved, and it's now continuing to evolve. And the channel still loses the speculators. They're slowly drifting away because they're bored. They're bored to tears because this guy won't give me a hot stock tip. But they're coming in on the other side going, I like this option writing thing. This sounds pretty neat. I've heard of options, but I never understood it, and I had no idea, no inkling about the idea you could write these, you could sell these, and then buy them back as they whittled out to nothing. Really? How does, I got to check this out. And some of you leave my channel, check it out on your own, and you come back, listen to me another day or two, leave again, do some Google searching and other YouTube search, and then you come back again, and then you're sitting there and you're going, good God almighty, look what Rob is doing. Look at what Wavy Gravy is doing. Look at what Nazareth is doing. Look at what all these other people are doing. I'm following what they're saying. There are people who are following your texts to me, your messages. They're going to their quote machine. They're going to their big ass iPad. They're typing in the stock and option you're talking about to see if you're lying or not. And they're looking at this going, well, that contract was $12 yesterday morning. And he just bought them back at $7. Well, they're trading at $7. He just bought them back at $7. Well, there it is. I was watching yesterday. I'm watching now. I could do the math. Wow. Maybe I should watch some of Bruce's classes and figure this out. Take a college course with yours truly for a couple of weeks. $100 a lesson. Take your time. Watch them again and again and again. Make an investment into trying to write an option for $1,200 and buying it for $500, or writing a contract for $800 and buying it for $300, or writing a call for $1.92 and buying it for $1.10 3 hours later. Learn how this is done, and then you pick the kind of contract you want to write against whatever stock you want to write against. Welcome to the party, pal. It's a ton of fun here. These people over here, they're not all that depressed, you know. They're not happy all the time, but generally speaking, they're pretty happy to be here doing what they're doing. This is cool stuff. You are the Everyman Woman Stock Market channel, Bruce. You elevate our minds. Thank you, Zach, so much. Nelson, Uncle Bruce is the greatest of all time. I never knew what GOAT stood for when I first started this channel. I had no idea what it meant. Uncle Bruce is the best. Thumbs, please. Thank you, guys. Bobby, I got you. I got the you spend $5,000 and it goes down. Let me call a cab before you go. You're drunk. Adventure with Duncan. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Please join Stock Markets with Bruce. We are necessary. You are. Option nomad. Life is too short to spend it trapped up in an office today. I'm trading options from the road on the way to the Buffalo Trace Bourbon Distillery. Now there's a tour with a happy ending right there. You got to love this. Credit Savage. The reason I chose House Husband as part of the name, I make brekkie. I make bottles for the kids, cook lunches and dinners, clean diapers and the house, and make thousands trading stock covered calls. This is the way. There you go. Duncan, credit, enjoy that time. It goes fast. Dave, the Mac guy, I prefer to keep my secrets and my gains to myself. People get weird when money's involved. It's all good. Whatever works for you works. It's all right. Credit Savage, my wonderful wife brings home the bacon while I stay home and do all the stuff, plus talk to all these simpletons that watch a homeless guy who eats bagels and rants about life. Yeah, says Bobby. Yeah. Nelson, now that is the way. Now that's the way. Karim, Uncle Bruce, you keep my dreams alive, sir. Bobby, lots of hands come out when you say you're making bucks. There you go. Zach, you're living the dream, buddy. Nelson, this is the bagel way. Credit Savage. Duncan, yep, time it is flying, but I am enjoying most of it. Sometimes they get on my nerves. I need a bottle of wine at night, but it's all good. They for sure will never forget my time at home with them. This is the bagel way, says Credit Savage. Tiff, I still love it when my puppy is on the big screen. Dave, Tiff, me too. Nelson, love this. Nelson, ho. Credit, tell the wife I said hello. BW, Uncle Bruce. So if you don't own Goldman, GameStop, Apple, Vanik, and only load it up on SPACs as they're all down so much, you mentioned not to write when under 20, no premium. So we just sit and wait for now. For now, on some of these, we got to wait them out. We've got to let them move up a little bit higher. Once some of these get into this 12, 13, 14 range, we will start picking off option rights. We will start putting together option strategies here and there, and some capital will come in. Yeah, definitely. I think some of these former SPACs that we're into here, when they pop, they are going to pop viciously higher. And there will be no stopping them. And we'll be sitting back going, okay, all right, here we go. Vindication time. And then we begin, my friend. We will begin to write calls, and we'll be well rewarded for being patient holders. Christina, got my 5 SoFi calls for $4 a peak, $5 strike for January 2024. There you go. You know what? The stock itself is 737, so these contracts are 237 in the money. Good till January 2024. And of course, in theory, Christina could write $10 calls right now against those $5 calls. She could write options if she wanted to that are good for a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever she wants. She could do that, or wait and let the market come into the 7, 8, 9 level, 10, 12 level, and then write 1250s or 15s or 20s. Hey, we got possibilities here. And her cost basis, $4 a share. If she's bringing in a premium of $1 a share on a $4 cost basis, we're talking returns that are ungodly. There's potential there. Duncan, any plans this weekend? Austin, lame. I used to worry about the market going down. Now I kind of root for it. Wooly, Uncle Bruce, is a good idea to wait for the IV to increase before writing my next option on GameStop, or does that not matter all that much? These technical measurements and all that, it's up to you whether you're into it or not. I really don't pay attention to those. I really look at the market and I let the stock tell me what it wants to do. Right now, GameStop does not want to plummet to $100 a share. It doesn't want to do it. It wants to kind of hang around 150, 155. Seems to be comfortable here, but the volume is telling me, the stock is telling me 1.2 million. That's all that's been traded. This is unsustainable. You cannot maintain an uptrend on a stock without deep volume to roll it on. It just isn't going to continue. And so there's a point in time where GameStop will falter. It will falter. I don't know the minute it's going to happen. I don't predict minutes. I just know technically there comes a point in time where stocks can't keep it up. And they went from 78 to 208. They came back to the 140 level. They're at 155. Now they're on a little super light volume. Can't keep it up. Can't do it. And the higher they go, the more shareholders are up money. The more people are up money, they get nervous. Because remember, you were talking about betting against everybody else. You're the 5%er. You might be the 1%er. 99% of the market is against you. They think stocks go up and that's all they do. That's a successful investment. You buy low, you sell high. But most of the investors buy what they think is low and they never sell, ever. They never sell until it's over and they begin to see it backing off. Then they panic out. This is where you've come in. You've sold into the strength and you've given them options. You've given these people options. And then it drops $15 a share in 2 days. And everyone's upset. Everyone's angry except the option writers. They're going, they did it again. They did it again. They chased it all the way up, and then it started trading heavily at 158, 160, whatever the price, and it collapsed under its own weight, and then it dropped to 140, 145, and all the options went, ugh. And that's where you come in, taking your another pound of flesh and another pound and another one, because you're always writing. And that's the deal. I can't wait to live my Kardashian lifestyle, says 99 videos. Right lane duck. I used to worry about the market going down. I kind of root for it now. Credit Savage. Well, would you look at that? My stinky at 735 on SoFi. It's again. SoFi right now, 738 at the moment. Touched 732 today. Wow. 100 more shares into my vault. Average keeps coming down. I'm finally under $14. Life is good, baby. Bringing it down. What's cooking, Wendy? The Credit Savage house husband. I love that name. I told my husband that's his new name. He manages everything about the house while I work. It's a great trade. Duncan, happy ending there. Credit. Wendy, oh yeah, and it's a fair trade. Just make sure he has dinner ready when you come home. I'm your daddy. Just turned 500 SoFi into 1,500 SoFi by selling leaps and using premium to buy more. Wash, rinse, repeat. Thank you very much. Well done. Adventure with Duncan. What's going to take the who's going to take the afternoon off? John, I am your daddy. What's strike and date? Wow. Nelson, Uncle Bruce is the stock whisperer. Listen to the stock talk. I'm your daddy. January 23 is $10. Dave, the Mac guy, what was in your breakfast, Uncle Bruce? You're on a roll on overtime, nonetheless. 3 hours, 10 minutes. We're still going here. I am your daddy and some 7.5s. John Brickman, nice. Duncan, time is our time. Nelson, Dave, the Mac guy, leftover meat, I think. Protein, baby. Haha. I'm your daddy. 3,800 turned into 1,500. SoFi. What's cooking, Wendy? Got to take that leaps class. There you go. I'm your daddy. Those freeze prices are sweet on these former SPACs. There you go. That's the other thing, too. You know, you can always write leaps against whatever stock you want to write them on. Let's say Rocket Lab or SoFi or Matterport. Use the proceeds from those leaps to buy up as many of the ATIP shares you can at $1.80 a share. You bring in $1,800, buy 1,000 shares of ATIP. This stuff goes to $280, you've just made $1,000. Goes to $380, you've made $2,000. I mean, the leverage is phenomenal. Some of you out there, I know, you're writing GameStop calls, Goldman calls. You're bringing in thousands of dollars, and you're just dumping it into ATIP or Spire way down here. The cheapest SPACs that we're following, under $2 each. You're just loading up on them, because you're considering these options that never expire, and you're paying $1.80 for a stock, $180 for 100. That's a contract on ATIP, one call contract for $1.80 forever, $180. Hey man, stock goes to $10, your call is worth $10. Thank you very much. There's a lovely 5+ times your money trade. And now what are you going to do? You're going to look at writing options against that stock. I mean, my God, are you going to compound money on top of money on top of money? You just have to believe. You just have to have that attitude of, I'm here forever. I'm not here for a week. I'm not here for a single one trade deal. I'm an option writer, and I am picking my spots. I'm an assassin. I pick off deals all the time. That's all I do. I just pick off the deals, and they come to me. They just come walking into my living room, and I'm just going, I got another one. Coming into that courtyard, boom, I got another one. Thank you very much. Add it to my arsenal. Here we go. Thank you very much. Anyway, fun times. Triple G, I bought more SoFi. I just passed 200 shares, dropped cost basis another 65 cents. Got myself 600 shares. Nicely done. BW. Okay, thanks. Been a brutal 6 months. These SoFi Matterport deep in the money calls it one way down, out of the money, burn a ton of cash. So I need these SPACs to finally move to right and try to recoup all those losses. I understand there. Credit Savage. Well. That TWTR cover call I wrote for $3 is now $2.40. Isn't that something? Well, time to cross my arms for another few days and see you about next week. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. This is the way. There you go. Zach, Triple G, well done. Triple G, of course, Both of those still out of the money. Took a beating on those SPACs, got about 12.5 in, and I'm down about $4,000 still. So keep averaging down. That's the deal. I have 1,400 Spire, average 521. When will they go up to 10? I'm a happy man. Oh, lovely. Let's roll, baby. Let's let her ride. Let's go. Okay, we're up 29 on the Dow. Twitter's down 12 cents. Did they reject the offer? Did the board officially respond? Here we are. Twitter to convene all-staff meeting late Thursday to discuss the Elon Musk bid for the company. Twitter will hold an all-hands meeting with employee at 2 p.m. Pacific time today to discuss the unsolicited offer for the company. NBC anchor Carl Quintanilla tweeted, citing an unnamed source, offered to buy the company for $43 billion and transform it into the world's platform for free speech. The news sent Twitter shares up sharply pre-market, but quickly pulled back from its highs. Media reports suggest Twitter employees are less than pleased with the news and were unhappy when Musk first announced that he had purchased 9.1% of the shares outstanding in April. And this is what we hear as what we're watching. We're gonna consider it and react to it and see what gives. But bottom line is they can't stop him. The bottom line, of course, is what they can do is if they don't like what's going to happen, if they do find that they get taken out by Mr. Musk, they can quit en masse and then he'll replace them with someone else, possibly. On the other hand, he might offer such a generous pay package to key employees that they might never want to leave. Who knows? And again, as I've said before, it is entirely possible that there might be 3 or 4 others coming to the fore, whether they are individuals or companies, and say, how about taking my $45 billion offer? Or how about taking $50 billion in cash and stock offer with our company? Or how about a $62 billion offer? I mean, the sky is a limit here. I don't know. We'll see what comes of this. This is going to be something really, really interesting how this is all going to work out. Alrighty. Never a dull moment. Yes, Dave the Mac. I'm both a casino and a gambler. Lame Duck, I have 3,000 shares of SPACs waiting for the rise of the UBI. The SPAC sounds like a blockbuster movie. That's what I'm waiting for. Right on, Lame Duck. Right on. Thank you guys for visiting with me today. It's been 3 hours and 16 minutes for this morning show. Thank you also to those of you who've made donations all this week. PayPal donators, Super Chat donators. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. Jen and I are always so humbled by this. Knowing that being members of this channel and doing these donations, you keep us going. You're getting us to Europe, and you're getting us to Singapore, Australia, New Zealand this year. We're heading there. We're taking you with us, and we're going to stay on top of these markets with you and see how they all want to work out. The Dow right now, as I say, is up about 41. S&P down 24. Nasdaq down 176. Oil down $1 a barrel. We'll be on again at 3 this afternoon. And we'll cover all of these breaking stories, what's going on here, and touch base with you guys and see how you're doing on these covered calls and everything else you're working on. I'm excited. I'm your daddy. Writing covered calls and doing stink bid and offers is the best way for me to indulge my inner degenerate gambler behavior. Zach, thanks for the overtime. Bruce, you got it, guys. Nelson, thanks, Uncle B. Have a wonderful Easter break. Bobby, excited about China. Bruce show. Credit Savage, it's not even 9 a.m. in San Francisco yet, so we have a little while, guys. I say we just wait. And meanwhile, keep selling those covered calls on Twitter and force ourselves to take that elitist money we keep making. Duncan, thanks, buddy. You take care, pal. Have a great break, everyone. Time for taxes, says John. Nelson, happy Easter, Bagel family. Bobby, first day show. Don't trust the American market. Laughing out loud. Splair, thank you, Bruce, from me as well. You got it, buddy. Thank you for being here. Everyone in Europe, everyone in Australia, Asia, Canada, the U.S., Mexico, the Caribbean, Europeans, all of you everywhere, wherever you are, thank you for being here with me today. Join me at 3 o'clock Eastern time. We'll be back on for round 2 today as we shut down the week's market action. Options expiring tonight. Let's see what happens in the last hour, and I look forward to seeing you. Thank you, Credit Savage. You take care, pal. Thanks, pal. And he's saying goodbye to everybody. And there's the kids. That's what it's all for and what it's all about. Thank you, guys. I'll see you this afternoon at 3. Bye from Calgary.